no bitching. Yeah, they see the cops, they bitching.
Yo, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
What's up? What's up?
I wish the legend was here to give us stats information and stock information.
It is I, the one above all.
We are back. Movie Guys, episode 23.
Oh, wait, you streaming right now?
We are live right now.
Movie Guys.
I wasn't making a joke. I was being sarcastic. If you hear me, if you ever talk to a nigga named Legend, do not ever listen to him for stock advice or tax advice. That nigga will get you in jail.
While we on the subject, if you want somebody to give you stock advice, tax advice, if you're familiar with Charles in the Weapon Wheel Discord, he's pretty familiar with that. So
or you can hit up me too, or for clothes too, because I have invested in a few stocks, but you could definitely hit me up for clothes. I sell designer clothes on the low. Same for the same price that you can get Old Navy.
First of all, who are you? Your name says Dr. Robot. Who are you?
Oh, that's how you build. That's why I have my name.
No. Who are you?
Wait, when did this nigga get an approved commercial slot on the Movie Guy?
The check did not clear. I don't know if
the approval came when y'all hosted in my Discord. I'm not gonna interrupt any further, but I'm just gonna say, hey man, come shop with me. Get clothes for your wedding. Get clothes for your baby shower. I got designer clothes for the low end. It's all real, my boy. Come shop with me.
You've been working on that. I like that. You worked on your pitch.
Nah, I'm just drunk right now. That's why.
Oh, in fact, I got a Mike's Hard Lemonade in my hand right now. What we on tonight? Let's start there. Bro, I've been watching FYB J-Main all day, bro. That nigga's hilarious, bro.
Well, we are back. Movie Guys, episode 23. Sorry, y'all, we've been missing. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth, man. The reason we've been missing, January has been a slow month for movies, okay? Now, listen to my words. Movies did come out in January, but they just were not that interesting to me. And I just, there wasn't that many movies, so, but we're in February now, February and March, we're heating up. Argyle just came out this weekend. I plan on checking that out. Shout out to Mafia Quad. He said it was actually fire.
Really?
He said it actually was fire, surprisingly. So, movies are coming out. And then we already got, first of all, they're re-releasing Tenet in theaters this month. Checking that out for sure. Then they showing.
They was gonna do that. That didn't get enough burn in the theaters when they first released.
Then they
was mad about that.
They put Dune 1 back in theaters in IMAX, and that's just in February. And then obviously Dune 2 comes out March 1st.
You talking about Muslims in Star Wars?
Wow,
Dune really like that. That movie's fire. I'll give you that one time. But my thing with Dune, you gotta give it up. That shit is really just like Star Wars in Afghanistan.
The Dune is what inspired Star Wars, so I'm not gonna call it that. There would be no
Star Wars
in
the thing again. Wow.
But
you see mad Muslim veils and that shit. Some niggas, if they just had AKs and RPGs, it'll just be like real life.
That's crazy.
I'll say one thing: they did make mealworms cool. I haven't seen a mealworm since like 5th grade, so that's good for them.
Yeah, we back.
Hey,
we will be seeing some movies this month. Go ahead.
You definitely right about this month of movies, bro. Now you know us. We the type to say, hey, go see that fucking movie, bro. You a movie guy. I don't know if it's just been like a slow start to the year, or maybe we're all just adjusting to like, getting back into the flow of things at the holidays. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. I do not have patience for going to the movie and sitting, like driving there, sitting down and putting myself through something that I genuinely do not have an interest in. And I'm not doing that this year no more. I'm no longer am I going to the movies just to say, well, at least I saw it. No, I'm not using my free movie ticket anymore for bogus shit that I don't want to see. I'm not doing it no more.
That's my mindset, Alex. And if y'all notice, I kind of adopted that last year. That's why Red Pill was, I saw more movies than you. Which, by the way, he only saw like maybe 2 or 3 more movies than me because I saw over 30 movies last year. But I just kind of got to a point where I'm like, I don't feel like getting dressed, leaving the house, sitting in the fucking theater for over 2 hours because movies are long as fuck these days.
You just
it's not that interesting.
It's 20 minutes of trailers. If the movie started at 5, quote unquote, the movie not starting until 5:30.
The trailers be worth it though.
Not when you see movies all the time. You see the same 7, 8 trailers. Yeah,
that's what
you see in the same fucking trailers.
You
problem. That's your problem. You like to watch movies.
Yeah, because y'all niggas not regular everyday people.
Hey, say that again. Say that again.
Okay, now you're picky.
January.
No, we're movie guys. We're movie guys.
It just wasn't a good month, dog. Like usually,
what was it? Book of Clarence.
Yeah, I mean, what like, the Beekeeper? Like, dog, I ain't watching that shit.
You know what's crazy though? What's crazy though? I was not interested in Beekeeper, but they said that movie actually doing really well. It made over like $100 million.
It's doing well because in theaters.
Yeah, what other dumb brain dead action beat 'em up movie? If the Expendables came out right now, it would do good, nigga. Like, there's nothing out right now other than Argyle and Book of Clarence.
I mean, I was gonna watch the ISS movie, and then I was like, dog, I ain't watching this shit, man. I mean, last year was kind of like the same thing too. We didn't really get a good movie till like what, February, March.
Yeah.
When did we start the podcast?
And it's the thing. I know it's not that I'm not, because I've been watching movies every other few days. I've already watched like 6 or 7 movies this year, like on Netflix though. So I'm watching movies. It's just, bro, it's nothing, like you said, it's nothing worth making me spend some gas and wear a nice pair of khakis, pleated, by the way, to go see a fucking movie that, niggas gonna forget in a month anyway.
Why did you add the parentheses in that sentence?
No corduroy.
You don't like pleated khakis?
I don't know. You wear fucking brims with no. You wear hats with no brims. So
I bought it from you. You told me to shop with you.
When I met you, I thought a nigga with a kufi was walking up to me. It was you.
When I walked up to you, I was like, "Was that Pinky?" I had to check myself. But go ahead.
Go ahead. I was like standing on guard in the parking lot. I was like, yo, who's this nigga with a big ass beard and a kufi walking up to us? And it was just Alex.
Why you
Why'd
grabbing
you call
his dick
him
when you
big?
said that?
He's
Dog?
not that big. He big to
Yeah,
you,
what the
I
fuck?
guess.
Hey, who this big bearded hunk walking up to me right now? Who the fuck is this nigga with no brim? Like, what the hell?
Now you got the gay.
Now you're dick eating. Hey, last night this nigga Chop fucked it up. Instead of saying dick eating, he said you're dicking me. I'm like, oh nah, bro, this nigga going crazy.
He pulled a Benji. Benji said that to me.
He said, okay, you're dicking me.
Shout out to Benji.
Pause.
But I just want to say, since we brought up the topic, yeah, man, I value my time more. So I don't just go to the movies just to go to the movies anymore. And I mean, that's the whole point of me getting the A-list, so I could do that. But I just not in the mood for it no more, man. But I will say, shout out to Mafia Quad. Mafia Quad goes to see every fucking movie. He sees every movie that come out. Mafia
is he a
Quad
movie nigga or is he a movie guy?
Mafia Quad
he might be an
real
honorary movie guy, bro.
He is an OG movie.
What? Wait, is that official? Is that official?
Movie guy, Spawnling. There you go.
He one of the biggest. He one of the biggest movie supporters. We appreciate.
Wait, what's the date?
Quad.
We're gonna have to change the title one time.
If I'm not
Officially,
mistaken,
February 2nd.
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
Well, I was gonna say, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh,
Mafia Quad was he was a member. He was a guest on here before, so he'd been on the show before, I believe.
Starting Black History Month correctly, we have a new inductee to the Movie Guys, February 2nd, 2024. I'm so happy to be a part of this. Mafia Quad, next episode we're gonna have you come up and do an acceptance speech. Very happy for you. Yeah. Your Dundee Award should be in the mail. Quad. Yes, sir.
But
so what's the topic for today, bro?
Yeah, man, we back. So just if y'all haven't noticed, Red Peg isn't here. I don't know where the fuck he's at. Okay, he was here earlier. Now he did say he went to the gym today. Maybe his skinny ass got worn out and maybe he took a nap. I don't know.
I just came from the gym, so no excuses.
But you know, I don't know. He might be coming through later. What was I doing real quick? But yeah, I got some topics.
I can definitely see his little buddy. And
we got to talk about car weather.
What's up?
All right, I'm replacing Red Peg, y'all. This Chop, nigga.
Facts. You heard me?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, BS_Chop__, nigga.
So real quick, let me just set up the show. Pretty much, we haven't seen that many movies recently. So the only thing
speak for yourself. I've been watching movies now. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about movies. Just not the theater.
I don't mean no Netflix, BG style trash.
Wow.
I'm talking about recent releases in cinema. I don't think we've seen.
Wow, gotcha.
I don't think we've seen. So,
the year just started.
Right. So we cut us some slack, but just to set up the show, we're talking about the Oscar nominations. They came out. I think that was last week or the week before. So I'll set up the. We're going to talk about the Oscar nominations. Who got nominated? Who didn't get nominated? And then one requested topic that a lot of people have been asking us. They want to know what's our favorite movies of all time, right? People want to get an idea of each of our individual tastes, the movies that inspired us and made us movie guys.
This fat ass nigga always talking about taste.
I do have my personal top 10 movies of all time. I actually sat down and made a list. The other guys have their movies. Not all of them are going to have 10 movies, but just so you get an idea of our favorite movies, we'll go ahead and list those.
You're always staring down. I don't know why you said that.
Look at this nigga. But just to start it off real quick, shout out to Waterboy in the chat. Shout out to Chrono Clicker, Lady Hulk, Mafia Quad. I see Black Bond. I don't know if that's the real Black Bond, but if it is, shout out to Black Bond in the chat. Delayed Saint. Shout out to Delayed Saint. He said Argyle was a good 7 out of 10. Appreciate it. Entertainment District. That's our boy Fortune's channel. So shout out to Fortune. Shout out to Entertainment District.
Yes, sir.
Justin
shout
Leonard,
out to everybody in the
Cage
chat.
Phoenix. Shout out to everybody. But yeah, just to kick it off, Tyreek said it earlier. If y'all didn't hear, this is breaking news. Carl Weathers has passed away. Carl Weathers, if you're not familiar, he played Apollo Creed in Rocky. He was in Predator, the first Predator, with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's in Mandalorian too, wasn't he?
Most recently, he's been doing Mandalorian. Yeah. He plays. I forget his name in that show.
Grief Karga.
There you go. Yeah. So,
there you go. Yeah.
Legendary actor. This was definitely a shock. I didn't read like the articles. I don't know if he was sick or if it was just old age. I don't know, but he wasn't that old. He
I
was
mean,
in
he's
his
76,
70s.
dog. 76 is old, but it's not like for a guy that he looked healthy, like at least
Yeah.
visually. Yeah, we
So
lost
I don't know.
three actors, three.
If that's the real Black Bomb, why is he calling me a bad bitch?
What'd you say? Oh, you talking about Black Bond? Yeah, he did. That's why I was like, I don't know if that's really Black Bond. I don't know if he would say that, but maybe I don't know. But yeah, man. Shout out to Carl Brothers. Rest in peace to him.
That is not the real Black one.
Definitely sad news.
That's crazy.
But we can go ahead and kick it off. So we're gonna start with the hold on, let me get my notes. We're gonna start with the Oscar nominations. So what I'm gonna do is just list off some of the big categories, and we'll just go through them and the names that are there. Let me see real quick. Hold on. Is that really Black Bond?
No,
I don't know. Like I added Black Bomb talking about like, why are you calling me a bad bitch? That's crazy.
Did you screenshot it and send it to him?
No, I'm on my computer.
Okay, so I got the Oscar nominations pulled up. Let me start with. Let me see. Where do I want to start? Because I want to save some of the big ones for last. Let me see where I want to start. Okay, let's do international feature film. So this is the best foreign film nomination.
Easy.
Just to list off the nominees, we have a movie called Il Capitano from Italy. Never heard of it, didn't see it. Perfect Days from Japan. Now this one was some controversy because if I remember correctly, each country can only submit one movie to the Oscars for nomination. And Japan, I guess, submitted Perfect Days, which I did see from some people on the internet that it is a good movie. But a lot of people were wanting Godzilla -1 to be nominated for Best International Feature Film, and it wasn't. But Perfect Days from Japan, Society of the Snow from Spain. That movie's on Netflix. That's the movie about the I think they were rugby players. It's a rugby team in the 70s from Argentina, and they take a plane. They take a flight to Chile, and the flight basically crashes in the Andes Mountains, and they're stranded for months. It's based on a true story. That's what that movie's about. It's on Netflix. You can watch it now. It's a pretty good movie. Yeah, we can hear you, Alex. Then we have The Teacher's Lounge from Germany. Never heard of that one. I don't know about that one. And then lastly, they have The Zone of Interest from the UK. Now, I've heard about that movie, and it was in theaters here, but I didn't get a chance to see it. I heard it was good, though. Do y'all have any thoughts on international feature film? Did y'all see any of those, like Society of the Snow on Netflix? Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
I didn't see none of them.
I watched Society of the Snow. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I hadn't seen the original one that came out like when the 90s. I think it came out in the 90s or early 2000s, but it wasn't a bad movie. So I haven't seen the other ones.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. But yeah, I haven't seen the other one. Okay, so let's go to. Let's see. There's a lot of nominations on here, so let's go to writing. So there's two writing categories. There's original screenplay, so basically like a original story written from the ground up, and then you have adapted screenplay, which is something that's adapted from like a book or a play or a cartoon or a manga or anything, right? Something that's already existing that they're turning into a movie. Original screenplay, the nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, which is another movie that came out last year that I heard was good. Didn't get to see. The Holdovers. We actually watched that in Discord around Christmas time. Good movie, really good movie. The other one is Maestro. That's a movie by Bradley Cooper. It's on Netflix. By the way, I tried to watch that movie. I ain't gonna lie, it was boring. It was boring as hell. It felt very like Oscar baity. Like he was trying to make a movie that is gonna get him an Oscar, which I mean he's nominated. I don't know if he'll win, but I guess he got half that job right because he is nominated. But that movie was just not that interesting to me. A movie called May December. This one is kind of funny because it's original screenplay, but it's based on a true story. Like they changed some things, but it's based on a true story. May December is on Netflix. It's essentially a movie about a woman. She's a teacher. She falls in love with one of her underage students, and the movie takes place years later when
I think I've seen a trailer for this.
Yeah, the movie takes place years later when the student's an adult and they have a family together, and there's an actress that's going to be playing her in a movie, so she meets them to kind of learn about them and their story. But it's actually based in part on a real story that happened. I'm not familiar with the lady's name, I forget, but there was a woman in the 90s who essentially did the same thing. She fell in love with a teenage student, and she went to prison.
That's common as hell.
And after she got out of prison, they ended up getting married when he was an adult. And then the last thing is Past Lives, another movie that unfortunately I didn't get to see, but I heard good things about all year. So those are the nominees for original screenplay. Like I said, we saw Holdovers. Did you guys see?
Wait, Poor Things wasn't? Poor Things wasn't nominated?
It's not an original screenplay. It's adapted. That's another nomination.
Oh, okay.
Poor Things.
Oh, I did see the Holdovers. Yeah.
Did y'all see any of the other ones?
Hold on, I might have to get on my PC thing. I think my voice is delayed as fuck for y'all. But Holdovers I thought was really good. I didn't watch it with y'all since I had seen it in theaters when it first came out. I don't fuck with Christmas movies, but I really thought that movie did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to show like a just a smart dynamic between a teacher and a student. You know, it felt very real. It felt grounded. That's what I should say. That was a very grounded movie, and I think the reason why I like that movie is because the professor, what's his name? I don't remember the actor's name, but we've seen him in so much. Paul Giamatti. We've seen him in so much shit in our lives. I've only ever seen him as the wonky nigga because of his eyes and his body, right? Like I've never seen him do something that was just like really considered serious. And maybe that's just because I'm not familiar with his work. But anytime I see him in a movie, he's an extra. You know what I mean? Like he don't do nothing crazy. And I really, that's why it was a treat to see this movie, because I felt like I really got to see him shine. You know, he's always been a side character. You know what I mean, or like a supporting actor. So it was really good to be able to go see that movie and see that this is his. You know what I mean? And it being a Christmas movie, you know, so it has replay value.
Yeah, I think so too. Good movie. By the way, Alex, you're right. There is like a delay between us.
My bad.
But that was
my computer updating right now.
Oh, okay, no worries. But yeah, that was the nominees for original screenplay. Now, adapted screenplay, like I said, these are the ones that are based off of existing things. So the nominees for that are American Fiction, a movie I've been hearing good things about, Barbie, which there was some debate from people. They wanted Barbie to be nominated in original screenplay because even though it's based on a toy, it's not really, the movie itself is not really based on another story. That's not based on a pre-existing story.
Yeah, I guess it's adapting a franchise though, and I think that's where.
Yeah, so that's how the Oscars categorized it. The next one was Oppenheimer, which it is actually based on a book, a biography novel that Christopher Nolan read.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Things.
Isn't that a biopic or is it a biopic? How do you pronounce it?
Biopic.
I say biopic, but it don't matter. But yeah, Poor Things is nominated for adapted screenplay because it's based on a book.
Fucking fire.
And then the last one is The Zone of Interest. So we saw Barbie, Oppenheimer. I know I saw Poor Things. I didn't see Zone of Interest, and I haven't seen American Fiction yet, but I am going to check that out.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Here's one I want to talk
about.
How
do you feel about Poor Things? How do you feel about Poor Things being nominated? Do you feel like it stands a chance or what? I think that might be a sleeper hit, bro. Because remember when we were trying to see it, there were no theaters that played it. Now I'm seeing commercials for it on TV. It's almost as if they had to put it out there, see how it works in the small market, and then we go put the push behind it. Because I didn't see a single fucking commercial for it. Now I'm seeing it on like Netflix, not Netflix, but on like on my work computer when I go to Google and shit like that. Poor thing, I'm seeing posters and shit at the theaters now. You know what I mean?
They usually do that when the Oscar nominations come out because it gets people to go to the movies to go see them. But this is my thing: the Oscars, we know what it is, bro. It's a mixture of a popularity contest and a mixture of like, how can I say this? Like participation trophies in a way. The reason I say that is because y'all saw what happened with Jamie Lee Curtis last year.
And the fucking every little.
They gave her the Oscar, even though, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, she didn't really deserve it compared to the other nominees. But they gave it to her because she's a Hollywood legend, and this is probably one of the last times she'll be nominated. So they said, let's just give it to her. It's a lot of politics in the background. That being said, in this category for writing, they're up. Poor Things is up against a lot of big movies, Barbie, Oppenheimer, right? But those movies are also nominated in bigger categories, like Best Picture. So what I think they'll do is, we already know Oppenheimer and Barbie are going to win other awards. Let's give some of the smaller nominees a chance to win something. So in that situation, even if Poor Things isn't necessarily the best, like the most deserving, I think it does have a chance to win this Oscar for
they're gonna make it walk away with something. They're gonna make it walk away with something.
Right. If I'm making sense, like,
oh, you talking about Poor Things?
Yeah. So I think it does have a chance to win. I don't know if it will, but I think it does have a chance to win. But I want to go to this category.
It's gonna be the sleeper hit. It's gonna be the movie that everybody goes like, "What the fuck is Poor Things?" because it won an award, and then they're all gonna go watch it.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
Kind of like Parasite. Like, remember Parasite won, and everybody was like, what the fuck is a Parasite? And then we all went and watched it, and was like, oh yeah, I see it. I see why.
But the other category I want to talk about, visual effects. Visual effects. This one for Alex, man. And it's the crazy. We've seen all the movies that are nominated here. I think Alex maybe didn't see one, but I'll go through the list real quick. Okay, nominees: The Creator, Godzilla -1.
That's winning.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. And
hell no, what?
And Napoleon.
What the hell? If they don't take Mission Impossible off that fucking list because he was hanging off a fucking train.
Yeah, this is gonna be close. See, Creator probably would have won it going away until Godzilla came out. And
yeah, because Creator, the visual effects are fire, and the way that those people that are like half human, half robots, that looks really good. They did a good job.
Yo, y'all, hold up. I mean, I'm not the biggest Marvel booty muncher, but let's not forget Guardians of the Galaxy looked amazing.
It did. Guardians had the best CGI out of the MCU in the last 5 years.
Yo, yeah,
not the prison scene, but when they was in that spaceship, nigga. With them white suits, that shit looked amazing.
Yeah, it was really colorful. But you know what? I think time is going to be like a thing where that movie came out so early in the year. People aren't going to really... They don't really give Marvel these special effects awards anyway. It always goes to some like... Either goes to like that Sony studio, like with the Spider-Man, or I think this year, I think Godzilla's gonna take it.
I think Godzilla's gonna win too.
Godzilla already got, and because of budget, I think they're gonna weigh the budget against how much $10 million versus over hundreds of $1 million they had to spend on VFX for Guardians. I think just budget alone, they're gonna give us the Godzilla.
I would be happy if they got that, because that would invigorate other people, with small budgets. Like, look what's possible. You can do it. You feel me?
Or it's gonna tell people what the fuck Marvel is doing with the rest of their shit to why it looks so bad, like the other apart from Guardians. So I think that's the thing. I think the other MCU movies is probably gonna make Guardians like lose the category just because they're like, well, this looks so good. What happened to the rest of the fucking movies? So they might end up punishing Guardians for that shit in a roundabout way. Yeah,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, deserved.
Yeah, that movie definitely had the best visual effects, especially considering Marvel the visual effects have been ass for the last 3-4 years, maybe longer.
Shang-Chi was the last decent looking one.
Shang-Chi was the last movie that I
Maybe?
think is what had the good visual effects. No Way
Eternals
Home
had
wasn't. No Way
decent
Home visual effects
ones.
weren't bad, but they weren't like as good as Shang-Chi. So
It had a great scene in it with the Mysterio. Like it had a
yeah.
couple great scenes, but it was inconsistent throughout. Wait, that's not the right movie, right? No Way
No,
Home. Or what's the other one?
yeah. You thinking about Far From Home?
Well, that's within the last 4 years too, right?
That was 2018, I think. Yeah. No,
No,
that
that
was
was
2018.
after. That was after. It was after Endgame.
That was 2019. It was 2019.
Yeah. So after, post Endgame, yeah, I think the two Spider-Man movies, that one had good effects, and you really could count on one hand. But let's not.
Which, when you
piss
think
you
about it,
off.
kind of crazy. And I'm just not realizing all that Tom Holland trilogy. All of his movies were 2 years apart. That's pretty big that they did that. We're not getting Spider-Man 4 till fucking 26. But let me get to the next category. And Red Peg's not here to speak on this, unfortunately, but animated feature film. The nominees were The Boy and the Heron. That's that Studio Ghibli movie. Elemental, Pixar movie. Nimona, which who made that? Who made that? I've heard of Nimona. Was that in it? Was that? Oh, that was on Netflix. It's a Netflix movie, animated. Robot Dreams and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, this one is tough, and I'm gonna tell you why. Any other year, Spider-Verse is winning that Oscar, right? But it's nominated against a Studio Ghibli movie, which they are pretty much regarded like very highly, as they should be. But their movies are regarded very highly. They might win off a name alone. Like it's a Miyazaki movie. They might win that off a name alone over Spider-Verse.
The only reason I don't think because I don't feel like this movie is as well received as the other Studio Ghibli movies. I think a lot of people were disappointed with this one. It was still good, but I think I don't know. I feel like his other works, people are gonna be like, yo, the shit he made 10, 15 years ago, like Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away. I think those movies had a bigger impact. I feel like Spider-Man is still gonna take it just because of popularity. I don't think this movie did as well as they thought it was gonna do. Still might, but I don't think it's like the impact that Spirited Away got, or Princess Mononoke, or Castle in the Sky. I think those three movies, when they came out, they kind of like set the standard. I don't feel like this movie kind of set the standard for anything, so I don't think it's gonna. Spider-Man kind of did.
Time has allowed it to just kind of sit in that legendary status as well. I think Spider-Man gonna get this one, bro.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that close. To be honest.
It got my vote.
And keep on.
But yeah, I think Spider-Verse deserves it, but just because of the name, I don't know. Studio Ghibli could run away with that one. So if it does, won't be surprised.
Fuck out of here! Fuck out of here, Studio! Fuck out of here!
But let's get to the big categories, the big ones. I'm going to start with.
I'm finna do my big one.
Directing, best director. So we have Anatomy of a Fall. The director's name is Justine Triet.
Oh, who went and saw that shit? Who saw that in our group?
I don't think we did. I think my
somebody kept mentioning that they was gonna go see it.
Some other people did, but yeah, I don't think we ended up seeing that.
Okay.
I was supposed to go see it. I ended up not going, but I heard there's a good movie.
Okay, so it was you. Okay.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese.
Fire.
Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan. Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos. That's his name. He's Greek.
Fire.
And The Zone of Interest, Jonathan Glazer.
Jonathan Glazer is crazy.
Pause.
I'm gonna go with the Martin Scorsese. Even though I feel like a lot of his movies are, some of it I think is overrated. I think The Party I thought was dumb overrated, but he probably deserves it for this one. I'm biased. This is movie of the year. So
Bro, is it
This
just me,
category,
but
there's really only
I-
two. Where you gonna say?
Is it? I was gonna say, is it just me? But I feel like Martin Scorsese. I know him more for his mafia movies and more people.
Oh yeah, that's most of his.
and most of his movies are mafia movies. That's why I don't.
Yeah, Irishman, The Godfather. All that.
His last few movies to me have not been that great, but I think this is his best movie he's directed. But
damn,
If you think about it, Killers of the Flower Moon, low key a mafia movie. It's about them
yeah,
peoples
but
down there.
it's not all Boston, you know.
well, it's Masonic. It's Masonic.
It's
Really.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
it's not.
set in Boston.
But it's not Genevieve's family versus the Guido
Versus the
Appuccino
Marinara family
or
versus the Parmesan family.
Brad Pitt is in the movie.
The Parmesan.
You know, or Matt Damon in the movie. He is in the movie, is he?
you got the
Matt
chicken
Damon is not in.
Yeah, see, Matt Damon is not in the movie, so
He's
it's
in
not a
Oppenheimer,
regular movie. Yeah. So Matt Damon,
Fucks with Matt Damon,
there
boy.
isn't a hockey ring in the movie. There isn't a bar with Italians in it. Yeah, so this is kind of different.
I feel like Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer deserved the best performance of last year.
By the
Is
way,
that the category on?
He's a supporting.
We in best director. By the way, put in the chat what y'all think for each of these categories. By the way, I want to see y'all's opinions on this. But in my opinion, the only two directors that have a chance of winning is between Christopher Nolan and Martin Scorsese. It really is. But I think
Who was the director of Barbie?
That's another discussion, child. Barbie got nominated for Best Picture, but the director did not get nominated. And a lot of people were mad about that because it don't really make sense. How can you nominate a movie for Best Picture, but then not nominate the director that directed it?
Well, because I can see why. There's more shit that go into it than just directing. I mean,
that's true.
Set designs, the actors, delivery, the score. There's a lot of shit that go into it.
That's true, but there's a big debate online, and I think the issue too is another issue is a few years ago, maybe it was like over 10 years. I don't know if it was recent or if it was a while ago, but the Oscars made a change where it used to be only 5 nominees for Best Picture, and they extended it to 10. So there's 10 movies that get nominated for Best Picture, but only 5 nominees for Best Director. So there's going to be some people that get left out, unfortunately. But yeah, in this situation, I think it's between Martin Scorsese and Christopher Nolan. That one is tough. I can't even call it. And y'all know I love Oppenheimer, but both of those movies are shot like beautifully. I really can't pick one over the other. So I don't know who's going to win. Christopher Nolan. See, this is another thing too. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes the Oscars, they do these like participation awards where, hey, you already got an Oscar. Why don't we give one to the other guy this year?
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese has an Oscar already. Christopher Nolan has no Oscars for Best Director. So there is a chance that they give him one.
Also, another thing is there was more. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised that Nolan wins just off the fact that it was.
I wouldn't be surprised if either of them win, but that's yeah.
There was more. There was more hype. Oppenheimer got the most hype out of that category.
That's true. Red Peg, you there?
Yep.
What happened, man? You asleep?
You know I was.
Yeah, wake your ass up. Wake your ass up, sending me them bum ass parlays that didn't hit, nigga. Thanks.
Well, you said parlays today?
Yeah, they didn't hit. Don't even worry, child. They didn't hit.
Okay, thank God.
But
tell me for the next parlays though.
Red Peg, we just going through the Oscar nominations right now. I just went over the nominations for Best Director. I'll go over them real quick for you since you're back. They were Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and a movie called The Zone of Interest. What you think gonna win Best Director? Who you think gonna win Best Director?
I already know what he gonna say.
Yeah, man, Killers of the Flower Moon easily.
Okay. The hype be sinister. Shout out to you.
Audacity of you.
Let's see. So where do we want to go next? Let's go to actress in a supporting role. Okay. These nominees are Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. She played his wife. She's married to John Krasinski in real life.
Wait, what is this category?
Actress in a supporting role. Basically, best supporting actress. There's another way you could say it. So yeah, Emily Blunt, Danielle Brooks. She was in The Color Purple. She's also from Orange Is the New Black. If y'all seen that show.
I don't know anybody that's on the movie.
America Ferrera. She played the mom in Barbie. You know, the mom that had the daughter, and they were hanging out with Barbie.
Oh, girl, what the fuck?
Jodie Foster, legendary actress. She's in a movie called Naiad, which I didn't see. And lastly, her name is Divine Joy Randolph. Alex, you remember the Holdovers? That woman that was like the lunch lady, the black woman.
Okay, so it was her, the mom from Barbie, the wife from Oppenheimer, and what was the fourth one?
It was Danielle Brooks from Color Purple and Jodie Foster from a movie called.
Man, give Divine Joy Randolph that fucking award, bro.
Yeah, this is what I'm getting ready to say. If y'all, we went over the Golden Globes last time. She won a Golden Globe in this same category. A lot of the times, the Golden Globes is like the foreshadowing of the Oscars. I think she definitely has a chance to win this Oscar. Emily Blunt, to me, she was good in Oppenheimer, but she didn't really do much. Like, there wasn't much to her performance to where I was like, she deserves an Oscar for it. I thought it was just a good performance. Jodie Foster is a legendary actress, but she already has an Oscar, so there's that. America Ferrera, again, she had a good performance, but nothing like Oscar worthy.
Fam, there was nothing she did in that movie that just
a lot of
wasn't
people hyping
serviceable.
her. She had that speech, Alex. That speech is what people really
Fuck,
hyping.
I knew it was gonna be for that bullshit. Stop.
But, yeah, I
Get
think,
some help.
I think the woman from the Holdovers has a real chance of winning that. Let's see.
That was the most believable fucking performance. Go ahead, my bad.
Well, first of all, I'm just going through these. Do y'all have any, like Tyrek? Do you have any thoughts on who you think should win or anything like that?
Honestly, I can't really come up with an answer. This one, the crapshoot for me. I'm not really impressed with whoever wins from this one. I don't think anyone kind of had a crazy standout performance. I mean, whoever they pick, I'm okay, cool. I'm not gonna have any like, oh wow, this person didn't win and she got snubbed. Like, so I don't really care about this category too much.
If that girl went off the speech, I'm gonna be annoyed. I can say that.
Yeah. So let's go to the next category, which is actress in a lead role. So basically, best actress.
I already know who's winning this one.
Nominees are Annette Bening from Naiad, Lily Gladstone from Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yes, sir.
Sandra Huller from Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan from Maestro. And Emma Stone from Poor Things. Now,
Emma Stone, let's go.
The two biggest names that have been getting pushed for this Oscar is Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone. They've been getting the most push, those two. In my opinion, it should only go to Lily Gladstone. She had the best performance out of everybody. And now, granted, there's 2 movies in this category, or technically 3 movies that I have not seen. I saw like an hour of Maestro, and I got bored and cut it off.
Lily Gladstone was in what?
Flower Moon. See, she played.
Oh, that was the wife?
Yeah, Leo's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, she got it. She got it.
She got it. This award is like probably the most unanimous shit in this whole fucking shit. She's winning that, dog.
Damn. Emily Stone's like.
I'm sorry. This is not. This not.
Damn.
For another year, yeah, Emily Stone's probably getting it. This year, I'm sorry.
Facts.
She got no fucking chance. Like she got absolutely no fucking chance of hell.
Okay, I got a question for y'all.
Which, by the way,
If
Alex,
y'all were an
Emma
actor-
Stone already has an Oscar. She won it for La La Land.
Oh, for what?
She won it for La La Land back in
Oh,
2017.
okay, she good. She good.
She not winning.
Okay, well, I still got a question for y'all. If y'all are nominated, and would you rather win? I mean, of course, the people would rather win, but if you do lose, would you still feel like, okay, I'm accomplished because I came out in a year full of bangers? Like, you wouldn't even be mad that you lost.
Yeah,
being
nominated
and win because it just wasn't shit out.
Being nominated is considered a huge achievement for most actors, to the point where sometimes, if you notice those movie trailers, sometimes they'll say Oscar nominated actor. Like even though they didn't
Oh,
win,
they already doing that.
They'll still flex that they were nominated. So
you got to think of it. It's not a lot of people win those.
The competition is stiff a lot of years.
Yeah, like remember, like Leo just got his first one in the last decade.
And he
nigga, the Four Things commercial I was talking about, they already say Oscar nominated on the commercials. I'm saying.
So I feel like the nomination matters more than it doesn't matter more than winning. But if you get nominated, I feel like you pretty much made it. Like that doesn't happen. Like remember those 5 spots, hundreds of actors per year, and you get in. Like you in the top 1% of the 1%. So that's nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, shit.
Just wondering, do you think Grammy nominated is as like good as like Oscar nominated?
I feel like it's harder to get Oscar nominated.
It's way harder. Grammy.
Yeah,
remember,
I think so.
There's a lot more slots open for the Grammy than versus Oscar.
I'll give it to you a simple answer, Chop. Coi Leray is Grammy nominated. Lotto is Grammy nominated. Like, nigga, anything that they put out, they be throwing away. They be throwing out.
They make categories up for that shit, dog. They'll literally make a category up.
And I'm not saying these aren't good artists,
best music
but like,
video outfit.
It's not that hard. If you make a hit song and it's gonna get nominated. Like
Meg Thee Stallion has a fucking Grammy.
Yeah, she's been nominated.
Yeah,
I don't know if she won. I think she does have a Grammy for her song with Beyonce. Actually,
yeah, and she fucking sucks. So,
but
yeah. Hold up. Y'all niggas listen to Yeet.
What's wrong with Yeet?
Yeet is fire. What are you talking about?
He said that like.
All right, listen.
Are we supposed to feel ashamed? Was that a mic drop, nigga? Yeet is fire.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I'd rather listen to Lotto than Yeet.
You listen to a no name.
Yeet made that song, bro. Yeet made that song. I don't know why y'all keep hating on that nigga.
I said you listen to a nigga named Benji Blue Balls. Nobody knows who that is, bro.
First of all, his name is Benji Blue Bills. That's one.
Blue Balls.
Two, he's better than Playboy Cardi.
He work at Wendy's on the night shift. Nobody know that nigga, man.
He's better than Cardi.
All right.
He's better than Yeet too, and he better than Nudie.
See, now he just hating.
Those are nominees. What J Main say? Let's get
you
that.
You fucking bitch. I'm eating a Ghirardelli chocolate, but you're a fucking bitch. You know he's not better than Young Nudie. Get the fuck out of here. You're not a movie guy.
He fucking that chocolate up.
That was just ridiculous. You just said, and you sound like Jack in a buffet right now.
But
mid buffet, end of the buffet, beginning of the buffet.
Before I was rudely interrupted.
You dick eating a nigga that's younger than you, Alex.
Those were the nominees for best actress. I think Lily Gladstone's gonna win. She's definitely deserves it. I'm trying to get out of here so we can get to the next topic. Let's get finished these up. We got 2 more categories. Actor in a supporting role. So best supporting actor. The nominations are Sterling K. Brown from American Fiction, Robert De Niro from Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. from Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling from Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. This award, and I'm not. This is not a prediction. This is a fact. This award is going to Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is won this award. This is his redemption. This is his redemption Oscar. They are going to hand him that trophy next month. He's going to win.
And if they don't, the people will never forget about it. And this will be like the Macklemore winning that Grammy.
But De Niro gets it. I ain't gonna be mad personally. I'll be okay. I understand that.
See, this is the thing too. I don't know if I said this at Tyrek, but I like Robert De Niro in the movie. But when I'm comparing his performance to Robert Downey Jr.'s performance, Robert Downey Jr. had the better performance.
I disagree. I strongly disagree. I think they're in the same tier.
Robert De Niro easily outperformed him.
How did he outperform him? Hold on. Wait.
Y'all just saying that because that's Rob. Y'all just saying that because this is Robert Downey Jr.'s first serious performance in years.
No,
wait. Try. Let me say this real quick.
I was actually expecting his performance to be garbage after being Iron Man for so long.
We're not just saying this. Robert Downey Jr. has been getting praised since the movie came out because the performance was that good. Let me just say this real quick. Robert De Niro was good in Flower Moon. He when you meet him, he's kind of portrayed in a good light. He's the Leo's uncle. He's helping out the local people. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's like a local hero. You come to find out that behind the scenes, he's actually a really fucking evil man. But none of that really comes through his performance. He doesn't really do much, like, performance wise. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's not like, I don't know how to word this right.
The way how it's just in those scenes where he's in like the meetings with the rest of the tribe.
He's really just talking the whole movie, and you find out that he did some bad things.
Nah, dog. The way he was speaking the language, like he was a part of the whole community, dog, and like the way he would just flip.
Yeah, he was a good con man.
Dog, it was
bro. But see, you not listening to what I'm saying.
When he was on the screen.
It's a great performance, but Oscar worthy? No. Keep in mind, he has an Oscar for better performances. No. Let me finish. He has an Oscar for better performances. This one to me is not up to that. Is not up to his other performances.
I feel like
it was good. Yes, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing as Leonardo DiCaprio. He had a good performance, but it's not anything where I'm like, he deserves an Oscar for that. I don't think so.
Even without the Iron Man shit, Robert Downey's performance is so good. Like it damn near outshined everybody in alcohol.
See, my thing is, I feel like Robert Downey's getting a lot of extra boost because he was Iron Man for all these years, and now he's played a serious role. Let's just give it to him. I feel like he's getting a lot of. Not saying him.
No, but the thing is that everybody.
No, I think y'all's problem. When I say y'all, I'm talking about you and Red.
Nobody thought his performance could be garbage because he's not a garbage actor. He was not ass in the Marvel movies.
Everybody thought he was gonna be either like nobody thought that he was gonna outshine everybody on that movie. He did,
but nobody thought he was gonna be ass like you were saying.
Everybody now think that he was gonna be ass, but everybody was gonna be like, "Oh, it's just Robert Downey. Like it's gonna be a regular, decent performance." When he did that court case,
that's pretty much what Red Pig and Tyrex saying. Hey, it was a decent performance. This is my thing with y'all. Y'all do this thing where y'all attach these things to people just because of the name. Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes, these are legendary actors, but not every single performance they do is going to be Oscar worthy. Robert Downey Jr. has been Iron Man for 10+ years. So when y'all see him, y'all just look at him as Iron Man. The nigga gave one of the best performances in the last 5 years on film in Oppenheimer. He deserves that Oscar.
For the last 10 years, his performance in Iron Man and the Avengers and all these Marvel movies has just been decent.
Like, don't look at the name on the piece of paper. Look at the performance.
It haven't even in Endgame. It hasn't been anything to write home about.
Well, because I don't think so. I think his portrayal. Remember, he made a D-list fucking comic book character. Iron Man definitely was D-list. He was not that great. Like, no one gave a fuck about Iron Man. He made Iron Man a viable fucking character going forward. So I think his performance as Tony Stark and Iron Man was a great portrayal of the character where it completely flipped. The Iron Man is one of the most popular Marvel characters ever now. He wasn't that before Robert Downey. I believe his Iron Man performance actually boosted his career. Where would he be without Iron Man? Like that shit put him back on the map. Post all his legal troubles and shit like that. I look at his Iron Man performances as a gold star on his fucking on his docket. Like there's nothing to be ashamed about. Yeah, people look up, but he's the reason why the MCU was the MCU. Like after him, the MCU's been fucking shit. The MCU the Robert Downey portion of the MCU was great. I don't know why people look down upon it. I think he did a great job for what he. It's not like, and he had a great script.
Here's the thing, Torre. He did a great job over the last 10 years. He did a good job. When everybody thinks of Iron Man, they think of Robert Downey. But the thing is, his performance ever since the first Iron Man, all the way back in 2008, has always been like, it's decent performance. It's nothing to be like, oh my god, like this deserves an Oscar or anything. Like,
well, yeah.
But Oppenheimer, now that his performance deserves an Oscar. Like I said, he outshined everybody on that movie.
Hey, you know what I think it is, Tarek? I think you really appreciate De Niro's character rather than what he really did in that film. I think he did
That's
good as
another
well,
way
but
of yeah.
Yo,
They
he made me
He made that
hate him.
character.
He
What?
made me
That's
hate him,
weird.
dog.
I
So,
understand.
he
I
made
You're
me
not
understand
listening.
hate
Y'all
him,
not
dog.
listening, bro.
He made exactly.
All right. Like I
You're not
said,
listening.
you can love a character, and I agree. If you love a character, it's because the person portrayed him correctly, right? But I think it's
You
just
could argue
because
the same thing about him and Iron Man.
hold on. I think it's because of the way he's written. We're seeing how sadistic and crazy and backwards his character was, rather than what the role called Robert De Niro to do. This is what he did the whole movie. He moved around like he had a fucking stick up his ass. He talked real slow, but what made him stand out was the script. It was
Right.
what he was saying. It wasn't anything. It wasn't emotion. It wasn't too dynamic. It was very consistent the whole movie. We couldn't believe what he was doing to these people. The most dynamic part of the movie was when he was talking in their own language and when he was acting like he was gonna cry at the funeral. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is terrible." Other than that, Robert Downey nigga was at the court case showing frustration, trying to be conniving, trying to play the
He
good.
showed
Like,
more range through his whole
you
performance.
saw more range in Robert Downey. That's all we saying. Robert De Niro, we love the character, but it didn't call for him to do much.
we saw a guy.
Also,
and that's not that it's a bad. It's just in comparison. It's not that he did bad.
Another thing going back to Wonton's point on like how a really great legend of an actor is not going to have the same performance at every movie. Let's take Denzel Washington for example. Training Day versus Equalizer. Equalizer is mid to decent performance when it comes from Denzel Washington.
Exactly. Just because it's Denzel, you want to get an Oscar? Like, come on.
While Training Day, his performance at the end is still legendary till this day, and everybody still.
That's kind of completely different.
It's not though. The point I'm trying to make is that a lot of the times when it comes to these big name actors, y'all give them props, but a lot of it is just because of their name. Y'all don't actually look at the performance itself. The performance was good. No, listen to what I'm saying. The performance was good, but like Alex is saying, it wasn't anything spectacular. It was a good performance with good writing that backed it up. It wasn't anything spectacular. Right. It wasn't anything more or less. It was just a good performance. But because of the name attached to it, y'all like, well, of course he should win. It's Leonardo DiCaprio. Of course he should be nominated.
I didn't say that. No, I don't believe because I don't think De Niro is some legendary actor. I think he is a legendary
actor. He is a legendary actor. Absolutely.
Irishman pissed me off. I didn't like in that movie. But I'm just saying. I'm not even looking at De Niro's fucking previous works. I'm saying from how he portrayed that character, the way the cadence, it's like the same with Leo in this movie. The way they just put themselves in the character, it's like I'm like, dog, I believe this is.
It's called acting. They all do it. Everybody that's nominated did the same thing.
But I feel like if you're able to incite or induce an emotion out of people, where people actually hate the fuck out this character, I feel like that goes a long way. If I'm able to, I feel like if I'm able to look at this dude like,
why? But why did you hate him? Why did you hate him?
Well, I feel like if you stuck another person in there and they just repeated the same lines Robert did, I feel like they would have done a good job.
All right, I'm gonna tell you why you hated him. You hated Robert De Niro's character because it was juxtaposed against Leonardo's amazing acting delivery. Leonardo's character was so ripped apart by what King's character was saying and expected of him. It exalted Robert's character. That's why I keep saying Robert himself did not do anything. Leo's turmoil from the beginning of the movie to the end of trusting this nigga, trying to get his approval and try to get in the family and doing all this and doing all that. Leo's performance was because of Robert De Niro's actions as a character. What he was doing was nothing spectacular. That's just a fact.
But I don't think anything Robert did, what Robert did in Oppenheimer, anything spectacular other than sitting in the court scene and talking.
Fam.
See, that's where we come to. At that point, is just opinions.
That's where I'm telling. I feel like he did a good job in this role.
Y'all entitled to your opinion, but I'm telling you right now, and this is not a prediction. It is a fact. Robert Downey Jr. is winning that Oscar. So I mean, it's already delivered to him.
What did Cillian Murphy do to make Robert Downey Jr.'s character shine?
Well, they weren't even in the same. The scenes were apart.
What other character made Robert Downey shine then? What other character required that for Robert Downey to shine?
I'm saying the background info and like how the movie. Remember the movie Oppenheimer. I feel like when he was on screen, Robert basically owned the scene because he was the only person on other than him.
But see, and you just proved a good point. When it comes to Oppenheimer, Robert Downey Jr. was the best actor in that movie, hands down. When it comes to
he didn't get the share. He didn't get the share screen time with anybody. He was on the screen by himself.
He was he even had scenes with Oppenheimer. That scene where they were discussing
it was literally not that long. The movie's long.
They had multiple scenes together, brother. They had multiple scenes.
Damn, Robert Downey wasn't even the best actor in Oppenheimer. I'm putting the fucking lawyer that put Cillian Murphy on trial as did a better performance than Robert Downey.
I don't know about that. He was just a loud ass nigga.
That lawyer was going crazy.
He was cool, but he wasn't.
His performance was amazing, but like
he was cool. But nah, Robert Downey Jr. is definitely
that lawyer's performance was good, but like this.
He was just a dickhead. He wasn't.
Let's bring up that topic again. That like just because you're loud and you're screaming or crying or some shit does not mean that you have an amazing, great performance.
Hey, how about this? Did that lawyer do more in his acting job for you to hate that character than Robert Downey did? I mean, than Robert De Niro did for King? Yes or no?
No, I'm saying that with King, I said, because this is the thing. I feel like what King was, when he was on screen, when we first came on screen, I was like, okay, I kind of get what his character is. Even when he first thought, this dude's playing everybody. I knew from the beginning. I didn't think he was going to play the role that well. To me,
you didn't realize how evil he really was.
No, I don't. No, I knew how evil he was because as soon as I saw him, the white dude, I'm like, all right, cool. This dude's obviously playing everybody for a fucking fool. But I just thought the way Robert brought that character out, I thought it was an excellent job. As a person, I don't really like his movies that much. But I thought this movie, he did a really great. I'm not saying this is some legendary performance. I just think that if he wins, he's a deserving winner. Robert, I'm not saying Robert don't deserve it. He does deserve it. I'm saying if Robert they're both named fucking Robert.
Yeah, but when you say when Robert deserve it, it sounds like there's an excuse.
Downey, if Downey wins, that's great. He does deserve it for a seat. But I don't think Robert Downey gave this performance that blows Robert De Niro's out the fucking water. I feel like.
How do you feel about that? Is owed to him, legacy type shit?
Oh no, that's fine. I mean, that's all. Oscars have always been like that. If he gets as a legacy, that's cool. I'm just saying, I don't want people using Iron Man as some type of, he was doing Iron Man. It was such a bad deal for him. Like, the shit didn't revive his fucking career. Like, no, the Iron Man, without Iron Man, this nigga would not even, you think he's in a position to get this fucking Oppenheimer thing? No. Iron Man's the only reason why the fuck he's back, he's back where he is now. Like, so I don't want people, and that's why every time, like, I see these actors sitting on an MCU thing, even on MCU as it is now, is like not that great. A lot of these actors' career got revived because of this shit. The only reason we know what Robert Downey do, like how we got Sherlock Holmes and all this other shit, is because he played Iron Man. And I'm not saying Iron Man deserves any type of Oscar or something like that, but it was for what he did. He did a great. He should pop that shit up for what he did for comic movies in the late 2000s into the mid 2010s. Like he did.
He put it on his back.
So I don't want people to say, "Oh wow, he had to suffer through playing Iron Man, and now he played such a great role, and he should get one." No,
I've never heard you do that voice before. What the fuck? What part of your throat was that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Everyone on the internet's like, he had to suffer through Iron Man, and let's just get him. Like, no. He did a great fucking job at Oppenheimer. He should get one based on his merits off of his Oppenheimer. Don't do this shit where like, we're using his MCU career as a fucking wow, he had to suffer through it. No, he did a great job. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here, dog? Like, no, he deserves it because he's a great actor and he did a great job in this movie. Don't need to bring up the MCU shit to pop this movie up. If he wins, he deserves it. But if Robert wins, and he might not win, he deserves. He definitely fucking deserves it.
Also, let me tell y'all a little fun fact about the film industry and how people's sometimes performances can go in certain movies. Sometimes actors and actresses, which is also the reason why they're doing these strikes. Also, sometimes they're contracted and forced to do a certain movie. Honestly, I gotta search it up again, but there's a list of movies that a bunch of actors and actresses did not want to do at all. Some of them are legendary. Actually, I could think of one at the top of the head. Cat in the Hat is a legendary movie that what was the nigga that played the cat?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
that was Jim Carrey. It was Mike Myers.
Yeah,
Mike Myers.
Even though that movie's legendary and funny and good, that he was actually contracted into that movie, and he did not at all want to do that movie. if he did not do that movie, he was going to get paid. He was going to get charged a big, huge fine, which a lot of actors and actresses have to face through. Sometimes they're tricked into these contracts and shit to do these movies that they don't want to, type shit. So that's why sometimes you'll see legendary actors and actresses do these certain movies, and they just doing bare minimum performance, and that's why sometimes the shit it is the way it is. Why the performance is like that sometimes.
Well, I don't feel like that shit applies to Robert. I feel like that nigga had no choice.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
that nigga was fighting for his life with that getting that Iron Man.
Got out of jail. I'm like, dog, you better take any role you can fucking get. And then that shit popped off for him. I don't want people using that as a crutch. But Robert, when he's dead and gone 50, 60 years, the Iron Man should not be looked on as some type of thing in his fucking career. And I feel like people
it's not.
No, but if you go online,
everybody when everybody thinks of Iron Man, they think of Robert Downey. And it doesn't leave a stain on his career. It's just the thing is that he's just done so much mid and decent performance that like nobody thought he would do that outstanding performance on that movie. That's why everybody's surprised the way they are.
On top of that, I think it's not just Robert. It's not just Downey. I think it's obvious to us viewers who's been watching it since Iron Man 1 and shit like that. It's obvious to the viewers as well that those actors themselves have Marvel fatigue. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it got to where we was kind of just like, damn, how long? We looking at them like, damn, how long y'all gonna play this role?
I mean, it's Marvel fatigue, but when they getting paid $1 million, they don't have no fatigue when that's happening.
Well, of course.
So out of all the movies, out of all the Marvel movies that Robert Downey did, that I would say maybe is like close to like great performance is like the end of Endgame. That's it.
Well, he also was in a Zodiac. People say that came out before.
He was good at Sherlock Holmes. He was a good.
He got nominated for Charlie Chaplin in the 90s or early 2000s, but he didn't get that.
He's always been an actor that has potential to do it. This is why I'm like, if you all watch his movies pre-Coke, he was good. He was really good.
I just want to say because I want to get to the last category, but just to wrap up. Both of them deserve it. But like I said, just don't be surprised if Robert Downey Jr. win that award.
I won't be disappointed. I'm just saying, Flower Moon hit a certain chord with me where I'm like, I don't mind if they sweep. I'm not going to sweep, but if they sweep, I'd be happy.
Well, we got one more category before we can get out of here or get done with this topic. And that is Best Actor. Let me read off the nominations, and we can talk about it. So, Best Actor, Bradley Cooper for Maestro. Coleman Domingo for a movie called Rustin. I actually didn't see Rustin. I think it's on Netflix. It's based on a civil rights activist. I think he worked with Martin Luther King. That's that movie's about. Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. And Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. Now this, before we get into the thoughts on the nominees, people were surprised and upset Leonardo DiCaprio did not get nominated for Best Actor. There's a couple of things that I've learned since the nominees came out. So there's a podcast I listen to. I talked about it before on the show. Kevin Smith, he's a movie director. He has his own podcast. And he was talking about people always ask him why his movies have never been nominated for Oscars. And he explained how it works. He said when it comes to the Oscar nominations, they don't just give out nominations necessarily. Some nominations they do, like the big ones, like for example, Oppenheimer. But most of the time when it comes to these nominations, it's a big push from the studios that put out the movies to get their movies or their actors nominated. And the way that they do that is typically through buying ads. Sometimes it's donating money directly to the Academy. There's a bunch of different ways that they push for their actors or their films to get nominated. And in this situation, and that's one aspect of it. The other aspect was, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I noticed it. Leonardo DiCaprio has not done any interviews. He hasn't talked about anything since the movie came out. But what he has been doing is supporting Lily Gladstone. Pretty much what he's been doing, for people who didn't notice, instead of pushing for himself to get nominated and win, he's actually been taking the back seat and pushing for her to get nominated. He's been taking pictures with her on red carpets, standing side by side with her so she gets more exposure.
Yeah.
He's pushing her to get her nomination, which she got, and hopefully for her to win, which I think she will. So he's actually
like mentoring her or something.
Not necessarily, but just like
he already got one. And
the thought is that, at this point in his career, he doesn't care about Oscars, right?
Fact.
He has his Oscar. He just wants to go to work and do the job that he's required to do. But whenever he can help people around him, that's what he's going to do, and that's what he's been doing. So I know some fans and some people on the internet are kind of upset and shocked, but Leonardo DiCaprio himself don't seem to give a fuck. He's actually more concerned about making sure that Lily Gladstone gets her Oscar, and I think that's dope.
Hell yeah, you could tell by the speech he did. His last, didn't he talk about like pollution?
Yeah, another thing, yeah, Alex, right. When he won his Oscar, he didn't talk about himself. He didn't spend a lot of time talking at all. He said thanks for this, and he spent most of his time talking about climate change and
Right.
taking care of the planet. And then he got off the fucking stage, short and sweet. He's not one of those guys that's like all about the awards. If anything, he cared more about the money and the 19-year-old women, if anything.
I think that's heat. I think that's heat that he pulling up and he doing his job.
But yeah, so I said out to say he did not get nominated. But out of these nominees, who do you guys think? Who do you guys think will win?
Well, Cillian Murphy's gonna win. Just if that's not even a question.
I think it's really only between three people: Cillian Murphy, Paul Giamatti, and Bradley Cooper. I don't think.
Did you see the Bradley Cooper movie?
I told you I watched like an hour of it. I cut it off. It was boring. But for some reason, people in Hollywood and all these film people are like pushing the movie. I don't know.
They've been pushing this Bradley Cooper shit for years now. I don't know why.
So that's why I say those three names. Paul Giamatti is definitely deserving. Jeffrey Wright, I didn't see American Fiction, but people say it was a good movie and they say he did great. Coleman Domingo, I didn't see Rustin, but I know Coleman Domingo from other things. He was in Euphoria. He's been in a few different other like TV shows and movies. He's a really good actor. So these are all good, good actors in this category. But me personally, I think Cillian Murphy should win this Oscar for Oppenheimer. But yeah, that's it. Also, I didn't talk about it, but Best Actress, Margot Robbie did not get nominated for Barbie. Some people were shocked by that. Other people were like, I mean, it is a Barbie movie, so it's not that surprising that she didn't get nominated. It wasn't like a, what's the word? It wasn't like most of those movies they nominate like actors from dramas, and Barbie's not really a drama.
Did Barbie get nominated for anything besides like costumes?
They got nominated for best
supporting actor.
Ryan Gosling got best supporting actor.
I'm tripping. We have one more category.
Yeah, that's what I said. You've heard about the best.
That was best actor. That was best actor. The last category was best picture. Let me see. So best picture, I'm gonna go through the list here. Just taking my notes. All right. Best picture, the nominees are American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, which by the way, I feel like Barbie got nominated for two reasons. One, it was the most popular movie of all year.
It made the most money.
It made the most money of all year. I'm not throwing shots. I'm just saying that's why I got nominated.
That's crazy. Cause did Endgame get nominated for anything besides visual effects?
Nope.
I bet it didn't get nominated for best picture. No.
The only movie that came close, I think, was Dark Knight, and I think it didn't even get nominated for best picture. Yeah, but yeah, that's not happening.
That's funny.
Joker might have got nominated for best picture. I don't remember. That was 2019.
I don't think it did. It didn't.
Yeah. But yeah. So
I think we have to be okay with knowing that a movie is just a good movie without it having to be. I feel like there should be a world where a good movie can do very well and not be nominated for shit. Like, I'm not mad at Barbie not getting any best acting. I mean, it's a Barbie movie. It was a comedy. Y'all did y'all's part well.
You know what it is too, Alex? It's the same as the Grammys. There's a lot of great artists and music artists, not everybody's gonna win a Grammy, and it's not the end all be all. Yes, they would like one, but like it don't make it any less. You know what I mean? Like it could still be a good album. It could still be a good movie. And the other thing too, when it comes to movies, at least the Oscars, it might be considered the highest award, but it's not the only award. There's so many awards that these movies get nominated for, like Screen Actor Awards, Directors Guild Awards, Writers Guild Awards, Golden Globes. Like there's so many. They have independent film awards specifically for indie movies. Like there's so many options. But yeah, just going through the nominees again. American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest.
Me personally, I would like Killers of the Flower Moon or Poor Things to win out of that.
Yeah, so this is my theory. I think Christopher Nolan will win Best Director for Oppenheimer. I think Cillian Murphy will win Best Actor for Oppenheimer. But I don't think Oppenheimer will win Best Picture. I think Best Picture will go to Killers of the Flower Moon. The only second option I can see for Best Picture would be The Holdovers. And that's because The Holdovers, I'm going to tell you why. Since the awards started like last month, The Holdovers has been like winning a lot of shit. Like that even surprised me. I knew the movie was good and well received, but I did not realize how much that movie is like people in Hollywood, the people that are in charge of these award shows, they love that fucking movie.
It's charming. It's literally the script and the way and the cameras it was shot on.
Yeah, but the thing about it, I just don't think it'll beat Killers of the Flower Moon was the best. Like it had a base. First of all, it's based on a true story. It's a tragic story. It's directed by one of the greatest directors, if not the greatest director alive today. Legendary actors. It literally has it checks all the boxes. I think Killers of the Flower Moon will win Best Picture at the Oscars.
Fire. Yes, that's what I need.
You got a prize pick? What you mean? That's what you need?
No,
you got bets on this?
No, I just feel like this. I wasn't expecting much from this. Oh, I'm gonna say lie. When the movie first got announced, I was just like, "Damn, this is gonna be a good movie." But I didn't expect it to be that good. It surprised the shit out of me. I was not expecting that movie to be that good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I didn't know much about the subject before, and it kind of got me, looking up shit. And I was like, "Well, I didn't know this was a thing." So for me to like go up, I like movies that teach me things. So, or like make me like go up and like, wow, let me go research this shit real quick, or spend a few days doing it. So when the Oppenheimer thing, I kind of knew about already. Like, so I was like, okay, I kind of know what's going on. So this was something new, and I like when, like, who would ever think to do a timepiece on this shit? Like, it's such an important part of history, but like, no one's ever made a movie about this. And it's like, why not? Until now, I'm like, and he made like such a small part. It seems like a small part of history. Until like, I feel like now a lot more people are like gonna go back and look at shit like this and like, wow, they don't even teach this in high school, or why didn't they like go over this? Like, this FBI got created because of this shit. That's a big fucking deal. So, I don't know. I felt like the movie spoke to me a lot more than Open. And that's a great. You know what? It's like this. If Oppenheimer's another year, it probably sweeps. I don't think people expect the Flower Moon to hit like this, and it's probably gonna ruin Oppenheimer's like possible. I feel like if you cut the year off in July, Oppenheimer's sweeping fucking everything. Like it's winning every fucking award. But the year is not 7 months. It's a full 12 months, and I feel like it caught the wrong year. And I feel like
John Wick came out 2 years ago or last year?
Last year,
February.
I didn't get nominated for nothing.
That's another reason why with the Oscars I kind of like iffy a bit. I'm like, I feel like a movie like John Wick probably deserves a lot more recognition. But I mean, it's Oscars. They're gonna go with I can't drink wine and cheese with this shit. So
I think that was my movie of the year last year. Wow,
it was my top 5. So I don't know. I feel like a movie like that should definitely be recognized. And I feel like the Oscars gotta put they take their thumb off the glass and
Wait, there wasn't a best action movie category or nothing?
there isn't one for the Oscars.
Oh, they fucking tripping. How? What?
They don't
Because
do
action movies
categories.
aren't hoity-toity. The Oscars are for the hoity-toity awards.
See, these are the pompous niggas they think the movie guys are. They think that we're the Grammy board, nigga. I want them to appreciate all genres.
But that's it. I mean, there's obviously more nominees, but there's a lot of categories. I just want to get the main ones out of the way. If y'all want to see the full nominees, the full categories, just go to Oscars.org. They have them on there. Or you can read them on their website. And I'm actually on their website right now. You can actually look at the nominees from the past since the Oscars fucking existed. You can go from here all the way back to 1927. So just if y'all wanted to, it's on their website.
Did y'all hear the story about where the Oscars got their name?
I did, but I ain't gonna lie to you, I forgot. So I don't know.
Basically, one of the women that was there said that the statue looked like her Uncle Oscar. So they started. Okay. I'm like, that shit sound like some Disney ride where, yeah, the first person to make this ride was a grandma haberdashery. Like, nah, shut the fuck up. Some lame ass story. Little tidbit.
But yep, that's it for the Oscar talk. We only have one more topic for y'all today, and we get up out of here, and that is our favorite movies of all time.
Yes, sir.
This has been highly requested. A lot of people have been asking me. So I figured, you know what? Why don't we just do it once and for all? Anybody curious can always come back and listen. We're gonna go through
top 5.
Just whatever you have. Top 5, top 10, it don't matter. Top 3, it don't matter. Just if you can come up with some, because apparently coming up with top 10 was hard for Red Pig. If you can come up with any, just list them.
Sound like a preacher.
I'm gonna let Tyrek. How many you got, Tyrek?
I got 10.
So this what I'm gonna do. Just read them off. Just read them off. We're not going to do the one by one thing because we're gonna be here fucking forever. Just read them off. If there's one that you want to explain, feel free. You don't have to explain every single one. We might jump in and ask you some questions if it's but just read them off, and we'll just do that. And then once everybody read them off, then we can discuss. So yeah, let's do that. Tyrek, if you ready, go ahead and read off your favorite movies. And this is all time, right, for you?
All time. So I'm gonna go. It's not in any order, but my last one.
Don't have to be in order.
My last one will probably be my best one. So The Dark Knight makes my top 10. No Country for Old Men. It's my top 10.
That's understandable.
The Count of Monte Cristo 2002 is my top 10. Gladiator, that's my top 10. Jurassic Park, animated movie, made it. The Prince of Egypt.
Okay.
Stargate, childhood movie. Kingdom of Heaven. I know Ron like Ridley Scott, but that's in there. This is a personal favorite. Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars fan, so that's gonna be in there. And the last one is technically 3 movies, but it's a whole saga, and it's Lord of the Rings. So it's for Fellowship, all of it, Return of the King. So I'm counting that shit as one whole movie because it's a whole story. So that's my top 5.
Good list. We actually have some crossover there, me and you. I'm gonna save mine for last though. I want to.
People gonna be mad at my top 3, but I don't give a fuck.
Go ahead, Chop. You got 3.
Like, I'm just saying off the top. I'm saying 3 off the top of my head. If these will be in the top, if I had a choice, it would be in the top 10. But I can't think of the top 10 off the top of my head right now. Tokyo Drift, because I grew up on that. And maybe get into cars and engines and all that other shit. Honestly, I would be a mechanic, but them niggas don't get paid that much. With that being said, Tokyo Drift, I grew up on that. I love that movie. And Fast and the Furious, or everything 5 and before, love those movies. The Raid Redemption, I think it's one of the best action movies of all time. Prisoners, to me, that's like top 3 thrillers of all time. I love Prisoners. And 2 other movies, I can't really think for 5. That's all not in order. Lord of the Rings, I'll put up there for the franchise. I can't really say
Alex, how many do you have?
I got I came up with 5.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so my 5, as y'all know, I'm the niggas that put the word allegory on Wonton and I. So y'all know I love a movie that does something new and introduces something, unique to the medium. But my top 5 are more so movies that I either played like religiously over and over again, could never get sick of them,
Mhm.
and I just felt like they had really key points of why I like each genre. So I kind of split mine up into scary movie, comedy, thriller, animated, and adventure movie. So for the scary movie, Jeepers Creepers. As a kid, even now as an adult, the idea of that characters creeps me the fuck out. Jeepers Creepers is up there. Um, Comedy, Pootie Tang. I had Pootie
Mm.
Tang on my DVR.
That's
I had Pootie Tang on my
funny.
DVR for so
How
long on my
today?
Comcast. Yeah, it was on my DVR for Comcast so long that it took it off because I think you can only have it on there for like 90 days or some shit. It was so on there so long that it made me remove it. I watched it every day after school. Um, Animated movie The Incredibles. I think that movie is so stylistic. It's funny to me to this day. Um, I love that time period of art for one. Uh, it's just a really smooth movie, and I think that's one of those movies that culturally we just have never forgotten, never will. Adventure movie The Mummy. Um, I used to watch the Mummy
Ooh,
movies with my
classic.
mom and my sisters like religiously. Love that movie.
I love the movie too.
And for the thriller, it's this cheesy movie. I've spoken about it before. Cube. I love movies
Mm.
that take place in one setting, and you have to rely on the characters to make you believe that they're trapped in this place. And it's so cheesy, but it's like I say all the time, it's in between that cross between them learning how to effectively use CGI, but also still using practical effects. And I think the idea of an infinite cube, or not, it's not even infinite, but like a prism, a cube prison where you go into a cube and there's another room and another room and another. I just love the idea and how they executed it. So much so, I went and played the cube in VR, and I actually went through it and was in those rooms and climbed through them. So yeah, that's my top 5.
Fire. Rip It. You got how many you got, Rip It?
Hey man, I got the lucky number 7.
Okay. So it wasn't that hard.
It kind of was. Not gonna lie to you. My number 7 is gonna be Interstellar. That's a gimme. That's a lot of people's number 1.
He wanna beat me so bad. He think he me.
Yeah, that's number 7. It's number 7. It's number. It low key barely made the list because I just thought
me
I
or something. How
really
that
like
song?
that movie.
Go ahead.
What
By the way,
else?
these don't have
Number
to be in order.
6.
You didn't have to put them in order. Go ahead.
Okay. I put them in order. I'll put them in order. Number 6 for me. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Easily by far the best piece of Star
All right,
Wars
now,
media ever created.
this is where I wanna go ahead. Go ahead, Chuck.
Ever fucking.
Wait, real quick. Let me add Pulp Fiction.
Now, I want to jump in on this real quick.
Me too.
Is this really your personal favorite
This
Star Wars,
is.
or are you just saying
This
that
is
because it's considered?
No. This is my. This is.
Seven Deadly. Seven with Morgan Freeman.
This is my favorite Star Wars movie ever made, nigga. Darth Vader is just that nigga. Also, I did not like the original Star Wars movie. I felt it was outdated, kind of But this movie, fire, nigga, fire. Nigga said, y'all put Revenge of the Sith over Empire Strikes Back.
Hold on, just for the chat. This man just said the original Star Wars is outdated, but Empire Strikes Back is in his top 10.
Empire Strikes Back
came out
first
3
of all,
years after the original. 3 years.
Exactly, and you know what's funny? Is better in every way. It's just way better. It's like Uncharted 2. It's like Uncharted 2.
Empire Strikes Back is probably if you ask
It's a big leap.
all the Star Wars fan, it's probably the number 1 rated one.
But no, I know it is. That's why I asked him if that's why you're saying that.
Probably, but Revenge is right behind it. So I'm gonna tell you. Well, when we get to it, I'll tell you why.
No.
I love
Revenge of the Sith.
I love Empire Strikes Back, but I just feel like that's the go-to answer for Star Wars people. So that's why
I love Empire Strikes. I mean, I love Revenge of the Sith, but come on. Come on. Empire Strikes Back is literally, and imagine being in the 80s and you hear, "I am your father," nigga. Like, what, nigga? Nigga, you mouth drops, nigga. I'd be like, oh my god, like what? Come on, one of the most legendary movies ever, nigga. Come on.
What else you got?
Number 5, guilty pleasure movie. Is gonna be Brad Pitt's Troy. You know, Brad Pitt's physique and all that legendary in this movie. Had a legendary cast. I think your boy was in it. Orlando Bloom.
Is Rosario Dawson in that movie?
No, it's Eric Bana and the
Eric Bana. And,
who's the woman in that movie? I thought it was a woman in that movie.
Diane Kruger, some fuck. He talking about Helen, right? The lady who played Helen. Nigga, Sean Bean is in the movie.
That's not Rosario Dawson.
I don't know why I thought it was her. I'm tripping.
Yeah, Sean Bean is in this movie, and he lives. He lives in this movie. He doesn't die. One of the few movies he dies in. Brian Cox is also Eggman. You don't probably know that. Fire
Eggman
movie. Yeah, Fire movie. It's actually a really star-studded movie for the time. Let me see. My number 4 is Finding Nemo, which is a better movie than The Incredibles, by the way. Yeah, it's just.
Wait. Say that again.
What
did you say? What movie?
My number 4 is 2003's Finding Nemo. Pixar. You know it's crazy, nigga. Pixar went on a legendary run, nigga. They dropped Finding Nemo. Then the next year they dropped The Incredibles. Then I forgot what they dropped after that.
Bars.
But hey man. Pixar.
Oh, I got Troy confused with Alexander. Rosario Dawson's in Alexander. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot I have my bad, y'all. I gotta go back to my number 8. And it's
you said you had 7.
The 2012s. I know. But I thought I have 8. I have 8 now. The 8 is the Avengers. 2012's Avengers, the best portrayal of the Hulk in the MCU. Yeah.
I've been forgetting. Red Pig was fucking 12 years old when that shit came out.
Yeah, bro. Fire. The Avengers is fire, dog. That's my favorite Marvel movie, probably. Besides, fucking.
It ain't that good in hindsight.
Civil War.
It really ain't that good.
Well, the Avengers is fire. Y'all
niggas don't hold up well. It ain't bad, but it ain't like.
It definitely holds up.
They have they've surpassed that movie multiple times since.
Nah, nigga, what Josh Whedon was able to do with all of those characters, nigga, is legendary. Like what? Come on, put respect on Josh Whedon's name. He's overhated in the MCU world.
Well, he made a shitty Justice League movie, so he deserves it. And he's a shitty person apparently, so yeah, he deserves it.
Oh, is he?
He be touching bitches.
That's what you know it's not shitty, right? Avengers. Okay, my top 3. Number 3. Jurassic Park, nigga. Shout out to Tyrek for having that on his list too. Shout out to Steven Spielberg, one of the greatest directors of all time, nigga. This movie is fire. I know if it was in space and had rocks and shit, one time would be, sucking that movie dick.
First of all, I love Jurassic Park. The first
if it was space dinosaurs, you'd be like, oh my god.
Jurassic Park's actually a good movie, unlike Jurassic World. So there's that.
Jurassic World is a good movie as well.
No,
the fuck?
It's not that good.
The fuck, nigga? Jurassic Park, nigga. The CGI, nigga, legendary. Still holds up to this day. To this day.
You talking about Jurassic Park?
Nigga, the animatronics, nigga, everything about this movie legendary, nigga. I think it also made $1 billion in the box office, nigga. One of the first big blockbusters, nigga. Summer blockbusters.
All right, real question.
Shout out to Steven Spielberg.
When they make a lot of money, do you go celebrate, go out to eat and shit, like in real life?
Yeah, because niggas appreciated that movie. That's
really not. That's really not what it means.
It does. Good movies make money, baby. Good movies make money, baby.
A lot of shitty movies made a lot of money too.
Insidious just made money.
Fast and Furious make money.
Insidious didn't make $1 billion.
It made
good movies make $1 billion.
The budget.
The new Insidious was a huge success box office for them, and so was Fast X, so was Avatar, all mid to shitty movies.
Avatar is
Avatar is mid.
One time, go put that
Avatar's
Avatar slander in there.
We got to stop this
Okay.
narrative that
It-
box office equals quality. It doesn't, and that applies to
It-
all
it-
mediums.
That's like
for the
music.
most for the most part it does.
It's like
For the most
music.
part,
It's
it
like
does.
video games. If we're going by that logic, Call of Duty is the greatest gaming franchise of all time.
Of all, well,
The game is that's not
successful. We
really
can say
it's different.
successful.
It's not different at all. Call of Duty is
It
the
is.
equivalent
Anyway.
of a blockbuster movie. A fucking
Or,
a mindless popcorn movie. It's the equivalent.
And on top of
Okay.
that, I really feel like movies like Fast X and shit like that are being fueled by like kids. I really don't see grown ass adults going excited.
Nigga, that's who go see those movies. Is grown ass adults. Kids don't care about Fast
grown ass
X.
adults who go and watch Fast.
Nothing but
It's,
grown ass
it's
men
Mountain
care
Dew
about that movie.
drinking,
That is
neckbeard having, WWE
Think
watching,
of
dudes. That's who could be going to see them.
Yeah.
That is fucking sick.
think of Solid Rev, but like 26. There you go.
Huh. Yeah, because most people fans of they like watch Tokyo Drift and shit. They just
You got to remember,
you know,
the
stick in with
most people on this planet got a low bar of what entertains them, and
Oh,
that
like
type of
BG.
entertainment.
Yeah, I'm on a podcast
Yeah,
with a couple of.
yeah. Mm.
So movies like Fast and Furious or like some other shit. It's like, oh my god, colors! Oh my god, screen! Oh,
You literally
I'm
describing
looking-
Horizon.
Horizon got deep gameplay mechanics.
Oh my god, the
and,
HDR, it's so bright.
Oh my god!
She just shot a
Neo-
arrow with a laser on the tip.
oh my god! Neil's eating a strawberry on someone's ass. Oh my god, that's you, right? Oh, shut out here.
Bro,
Fuck
giggling
outta
in the strawberry field was top
All right.
2 moments of cinema last year. Was that last year or the year before?
That was last year. It's fucking crazy.
Red Peg, please finish your list. I'm getting sick. I'm
Oh,
getting a
my
headache.
bad. My bad. Oh, my bad. Sorry, this is cinema right here. My 2. Oh, wait. Let me make sure.
Yeah, number 2.
Yes, my number 2,
Be
The
shit.
Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion,
Okay, yeah, good movie.
The
Good movie.
Witch, and the Wardrobe. One of the most underrated movies. One of the greatest movies
That's
ever
number
made.
2 for you though. Damn.
Yes, number 2 for me. Number 2 for me, and here's why. It's just magical as fuck. Like the last battle, nigga. You got polar bears, jaguars, like fighting each other, and it's like, bro, when they running toward each other, like the big battle, you hear the doo doo.
Nigga,
Is
fire,
Narnia,
like,
so
you like-
Narnia
you-
is,
the whole
is,
time you're
is
like,
better than Harry Potter. for you.
Also,
That nigga
Also,
Red turned
yeah.
into a gecko on that scene. Yeah, no.
Also, nigga, Aslan is like one of the greatest fucking people ever, nigga. He up there with Optimus Prime for me.
Lion?
Like, nigga, Aslan, yes, nigga. Voiced by Liam Neeson, nigga. Fire, nigga, legendary voice. Nigga, he's
Was
like,
that before
he's
he tried to
basically
kill
God.
black people or after?
He's basically God, nigga. Bro. Also, this movie was made to combat Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings around that time.
Damn, both
That's
of them.
what-
horrible
this was
job.
Disney's.
Did a horrible
This
fucking
was
job.
Disney's.
Both of those
This was
movies.
Disney's answer to that. Also, and it was a box office hit at the time. It set records, first week records for Disney at the time. It made $700 million in the box office. Shout out to them.
I just want to say,
Underrated
I
movie.
like the first
Great
Narnia.
movie.
I never saw the sequels. I like the
The-
first
all-
Narnia.
Also,
It's the
also,
best it
it
got.
has Academy Awards for best makeup and hair. Yeah, nigga, stop
The
playing.
fuck? What for the Wicked Witch of the
No,
West?
no,
Like,
Bro,
for the
bro.
costume. I'll say this: the costumes,
costumes.
of that movie were really, really good.
The CGI, everything. This movie,
Coming, man.
the movie is fire.
Good movie, but it's not better than Harry Potter or.
But
Lord of
I'll
the
say
Rings.
this:
Hell
that
no.
their first movie was the best Narnia movie, and it went downhill after that.
Yeah, I
That-
had
none of
Narnia,
the-
none of the
But you
sequels
can
is
say
better
that.
than
But you
first.
say that. Yeah, I would agree.
Chris Caspian was
But
fucking trash.
Prince Caspian is not ass,
It was not good. It was not a good movie. Dog. That's why they stopped making it. That's what.
bro. It is not ass.
Yeah, dog.
Oh my god, y'all niggas hate. Okay,
You know the dude
my
from the
number one.
Punisher TV show that tried to kill
Who?
Punisher, and he was just like, his name was Jigsaw, and he was Prince Caspian, same actor.
Oh yeah. Okay, my number one. Montan, don't answer. But you think you know what my number one is?
My number one.
If I had to guess,
Mission
Lion King.
Impossible.
No.
Mission and fucking
Yeah.
Impossible.
I said don't say it. But yeah,
Lion
there you
King?
go.
Oh, you said don't say
Lion
I ain't
King. Lion King is
Yeah.
the greatest movie
Red
ever
Pig is the
made.
biggest Lion King meat eater I know, man.
Lion King is 1994's Lion King.
He probably got
is the greatest
Mufasa on his
movie
left cheek
ever
and
made,
Simba on the
nigga.
right.
Did you like
Nigga,
Lion
like
King
you think fucking Aslan is a legendary lion, nigga? Mufasa.
So you just like
Mufasa.
lions.
Nobody fucking with
Yeah, he like
Mufasa,
lions.
nigga. I do. Lion is my favorite animal. But
I
that's
just want to say
because
for
of
people
the Lion King.
watching it real quick, Red Peg thinks the Lion King soundtrack is better than Tarzan soundtrack. That just tells you how crazy this movie is.
Lion King. Not only Lion King is arguably the greatest musical of all time. Arguably the greatest Disney. Arguably the greatest Disney movie of all time. What? Also, shout out to James Earl Jones, nigga. And two of my top 10 movies, top 8, I guess, movies. Legendary, the voice of Mufasa, nigga. You said they just got raw ass, legendary ass niggas voicing these badass lions, nigga. Liam Neeson and fucking James Earl Jones, nigga.
Ain't Liam
Yeah,
Neeson
nigga. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I was gonna say before or after you try to beat black people.
Yeah,
bro.
Okay, he tried to spot nigga. If you was around that time, he would have beat your ass up.
Hey, not only this, not only
didn't he say it because somebody like took advantage of his sister or some shit, so he just hated black people forever.
A Red Peg about getting him. He would have took his lightsaber.
Yeah, look, not only this, bro. Lion King, greatest soundtrack ever in Disney history. Nigga, Circle of Life is arguably the greatest opening song ever. Any movie ever created, nigga.
Sing it right
Argue with your mama.
I left Disney movie because I had to debate between Aladdin, Lion King, and
So, bro, Circle. You can't name a more iconic song. First opening song. Yeah. Come on now.
Okay,
Hakuna Matata, nigga. Hakuna Matata.
What are y'all other
Be prepared. I just can't wait to be king. Can you feel the love tonight, nigga? Come on.
What are your
Come on, that's 5 legendary songs in this movie.
What are y'all other
5
top animated movie intros? I think Shark Tale is up there. I think Osmosis Jones is up there.
Treasure Planet.
But none of those fuck with Circle of Life.
Intro. I'm not talking about the music. I'm just saying like the intro to an animated movie.
Tarzan had a good.
Yeah, with the fucking jaguar killing his parents.
What was Finding Nemo's intro?
It was literally with the mom.
It was Marlon and his mom. And
his
wife.
Literally his mom.
Oh, that's up there. That's up there.
And then she gets killed by the barracuda. That shit is definitely up there.
That's fucking up there.
Oh, the Beauty and the Beast had a good one. Then they got transformed.
Bro. Lion King is just the greatest Disney movie ever, nigga. Bro, that's why the remake really pissed me off, nigga. Disney is going creatively bankrupt. Also, they have a Mufasa movie coming out, or show coming out this year.
Out this year, and you will be there to see it.
Hercules had a good.
I'm gonna watch it.
He's still
gonna watch it, but
Hercules is really good.
I don't know the direction you're going with that.
And shit singing the black.
Is that your top 8, Rep?
Yes, my top 8. Shout out to Disney.
Fire. Well, I guess I'll give mine. So I have 10, and I'm just gonna say this: these are not in order. And there's a lot of movies that I love. Right? Chop named some, Alex named some, Red Peg, Tyrek. We all have. There's movies that they named that I love as well. They might not necessarily be on my top 10. The way I pretty much made this list is kind of what Alex said. Movies that I've seen and I watched over and over that I never get tired of watching. To me, that is what one of the qualifications for making it in my top 10. The other is just movies that I feel kind of form my personal taste. I actually do have these. No, I'm not going to do them in order. Matter of fact, I'm going to start with Spirited Away. Spirited Away is an animated movie, Studio Ghibli movie. It's one of my favorite animated movies ever, and it definitely made my top 10. Just a really fucking good movie. Really, really good movies. Literally for all ages. I can literally watch it to this day. I have a Blu-ray copy of it. I can watch it to this day. I'd never get tired of it. I've already seen it a whole bunch of times. The other movie, this might shock some of y'all. Napoleon Dynamite is in my top 10.
Oh, I forgot about the
Growing up, Napoleon Dynamite was one of my favorite comedy movies. That movie is fucking hilarious.
I want to see Walter do that talent show dance.
Napoleon Dynamite is fucking hilarious. I love the style of like awkward comedy and like put people in like awkward situations and uncomfortable situations. That shit is funny to me. A lot of people when I was growing up, when I would bring up the movie, they say that movie is so stupid. It's so dumb. It doesn't make sense. That movie is hilarious. I love Napoleon Dynamite. Switching around here, one of my favorite sci-fi movies, and it's actually sci-fi horror. Alien. Alien is one of my favorite movies of all time. Everything about
James
that movie.
Cameron? James Cameron's Alien?
No, James Cameron did Aliens, the sequel. The first one was Ridley Scott.
Okay, I was about to say.
Which, by the way, Aliens is also fire. It was just nearly going to make my top 10. Great fucking movie. But the first one is my favorite. Everything about the movie. The soundtrack is so iconic to the point where if you played the Alien games, like Alien Isolation, they literally use the same soundtrack from the movies. That shit is so fucking fire. They use the same sound effects. It's just iconic. The atmosphere, the whole movie takes place on the space ship that they're in. It's a sci-fi horror movie. It's just I don't know. I'm trying to think of more things to say about it. It's just fucking great. I love Alien.
You think it's set the blueprint for a lot of the movies?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, for one, the what's it called? Practical effects. Nigga, they have a fucking alien that attaches itself to your face, it wraps around your neck, and then lays an egg, and then a fucking alien pops out of your chest. Like, that shit is crazy. Then you have the alien itself, the big black xenomorph with the it has a mouth, and then it has a mouth inside of its mouth. Like, all of that shit is crazy, dog. And
It's not freaky as hell.
they've made so many spin-offs and sequels. Like, that's how fucking, influential and iconic it is. The Dark Knight. Tyrek mentioned it. The Dark Knight is one of those movies where I'll always remember where I was when I saw it for the first time. I remember seeing it in the theaters. My grandma took me, and I was a big fan of the Batman Begins movie. I was hyped for this movie. Joker's coming back. We were all hyped for this movie. When I saw it, it blew me away. For years, The Dark Knight was my favorite movie. Like, for years. Like, even I saw that when I was a kid. Even when I got older, it was my favorite movie. Up until I saw.
That's not your top 3 no more?
I didn't put these in order, so I don't know. But
okay.
But it is in my top 10. Heath Ledger, he's to this day given the best performance of Joker in live action. The only other better performance of Joker is Mark Hamill, but he's only done it through voice acting. Heath Ledger is given the best performance.
Damn, you didn't like
of
Joaquin Phoenix depiction?
So
no. That's the thing. All of the Joker performances except for one, y'all know which one I'm talking about. All of them have been great. All of them have been great, but none of them have been better than Heath Ledger's performance. None of them, not a single one. He's given the best performance as Joker.
Did the Joker, did that role like kill him, or is it that people was
no? So he was taking sleeping pills. He couldn't sleep. He had insomnia. He was taking sleeping pills, and he accidentally overdosed. He took too many. He didn't kill himself. It was an accident, but he passed away.
Okay, cause people was like, yeah, he was turning into the Joker, and I was like,
hold on, my bad. I've been so focusing on my list so much. The chat saying there's an echo. Who got the echo? Red Peg, that shit?
I think you.
Usually Red Peg got like 4 devices on Discord.
Okay, yeah, I think we figured it out. My bad, y'all.
Yeah,
my bad, y'all. We got it.
My bad.
But yeah, that movie, The Dark Knight. Bro, that movie came out in 2008. It still holds up. You can watch that shit right now. Right. It's still fucking fire.
But you still in your 20s when that came out. What the hell?
No, Tyrek was. I was a little boy. But yeah, let me see where I'm gonna go next. You know what? I'm gonna take it here, cause I do have a top 3 that I'm saving. Kill Bill. Kill Bill is one of those movies that when I saw, first of all, that movie came out in like 2003. Nigga, I was a kid and I saw that movie.
That's a Tarantino movie, right?
That shit left such an impact on me as a kid. Bro, the action, the fucking story of like how these people like set her up and they left her to die. She's come back for revenge. Then you get to the end of the movie that she's fighting 100 Japanese niggas with a sword and she's fucking killing them, blood squirting everywhere. That movie, bro, as a kid, that shit was crazy. And then you see her backstory. Like, I don't know. I get part 2 and part 1 mixed up as far as what was in the movie. But like, I love both of those movies. Like when they're showing her flashbacks and when she was training and all of that shit, that whole shit,
to her wedding type
that whole shit is fire. Kill Bill to this day is stylistically, there's no movie like it. the action, it actually influenced a lot of action movies since then, like John Wick. Just a fire movie, dog. One of my favorite action movies, period. And it is in my top 10. I'm waiting for a 4K release. The movie's still not on 4K. Apparently, I read an article that they're supposed to release it in 4K this year. Hopefully they do. I'm buying it day one. And then I'm gonna jump back over to another comic book movie, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is one of those movies that I've seen, and when I say this, I'm not exaggerating.
I ain't mad at that.
I've seen Spider-Man 2 over 20 times, maybe more. That movie is a childhood favorite. And really the whole trilogy is. Spider-Man 1 is one of my favorite movies. When I hear that theme song, it gives me like goosebumps because it just is like a nostalgia rush. I grew up on those movies. I owned a copy of both of those movies. I watched them over and over and over and over and over. But Spider-Man 2 was the best one, and it is in my top 10. I even played the Spider-Man movie game that was on PS2 and Xbox and GameCube. I had it on PS2. That Spider-Man 2 game for years was one of the best.
Oh my god!
It was one of the best movie tie-in games ever made. Most people, No, see, hold on, because Red Peg Young, he don't remember this. Y'all know,
bro. That game aged and aged.
No, nigga, you aged.
Let me try to deliver pizzas all fucking day.
When we were kids,
that's the only thing y'all talk about when y'all talk about that garbage ass game.
How you mad at everybody experiencing it when it came out?
Yeah, this nigga.
The game is ass. Y'all niggas be blinded by nostalgia.
You don't like games older than you because you have.
They have niggas saying this game is better than Spider-Man 2, like the Insomniac Spider-Man 2.
They probably just saying they had a lasting impression on them.
I ain't say all
that's
that.
just nostalgia
talking. Come on, anybody say all that? It's just, it's a good game though. You hating on it? Let me finish. People my age and older will know. Back then, if it was a comic book movie, they made a game for it. And 9 times out of 10, those games were fucking dog shit. There was a handful of games that were actually good on their own that were tie-in to movies.
Nigga, every movie had a damn game. If it was animated, there was a game coming out for it.
Yeah, exactly. Shark Tale had a game, which actually I liked.
I mean,
Shrek had a game. All of them had games.
Batman Begins had a good game, and that was about it back then. I mean,
see, I was getting ready to say Batman Begins is one of them. People say Lord of the
Lion
Rings.
Lion King got a game.
Lord of the Rings had Chronicles of Riddick. That was about it. Yeah.
Lion King got a game. It's considered one of the hardest games ever. It's on PlayStation actually. It got a platinum, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm trying to think
Disney
what
classic.
else. Like the X-Men Origins game is considered good, but really, back when Spider-Man 2 came out, that game stood on its own. It had fun swinging mechanics. It had fun missions. It had original side missions and stories that in it that were interesting. That game was fun as hell. I've played that game I've beaten that game over 10 times as a kid. Because back when I was a kid, if I got a game, I would just play it over and over again. Because I didn't have money. I couldn't buy a game whenever I wanted to. I got a game and I would just keep beating it. So Spider-Man 2,
money on snacks.
Spider-Man 2 for me is that's the reason why I hold it so highly. Let me see, where am I at? Only got 3 more. So I'm gonna go in order. Number 3, Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. Shout out to Tyrek, he said it earlier.
What the fuck?
I'm a big Star Wars fan, but the first Star Wars movie I ever saw was Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And I love that movie. You know, a lot of OG Star Wars fans hate on it because it's honestly not that great. But for a kid who grew up when that movie was new, and that was my introduction to Star Wars, I liked it. I like that movie to this day.
I forget you old. What the fuck?
That's
when they first revealed Yoda jumping around fighting.
No, that was Attack of the Clones who did that.
I had it on VHS. Okay. I watched it over and over again as a kid. But Episode 3 is the one that, like, to this day, I love that movie. To me, it still holds up. That story between Obi-Wan and Anakin will never get old, and it's just so much emotion and hype and everything within that movie that to this day still works on me. So yeah, Episode 3 is my favorite Star Wars movie. Empire Strikes Back, I would probably say, is second, but for me, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite. You gonna say something, Rip?
Okay, I can't get mad at that. I can't get mad at that. I wish
Yeah.
back in the day, because I know those movies was a big deal back in the day. Niggas like crazy for.
It's one of those things
episode
where
1
when
and
those movies
2
came
and 3.
out, they didn't get much love. I think episode 3 was probably the most well received out of the 3 of them because it really is the best one in the prequel trilogy.
It's crazy because all 3 didn't all movies do crazy in the box office.
All 3 of them
Like-
made more than any of the the original trilogy. Like the best.
Even Force
Phantom Menace
Awakens.
is Phantom. Well, no, apart from the sequel, but that's because of inflation. But the Phantom Menace basically made $1 billion. Like I think it's at $1 billion right now because they re-released the 3D one. But it basically made 900 million like when it first run.
Okay.
Yeah, the only reason why
I remember it was a big deal.
Yeah,
The problem is a lot of
all
OG Star Wars fans didn't like the prequels at first, but because those movies, you got to realize Star Wars came out in the 70s and early 80s. Phantom Menace didn't come out until 99. It opened Star Wars up to a whole new fan base of people who didn't get to see the previous movies or didn't grow up with them. So it was like a split. The OG fans wasn't fucking with it, but the new fans were. And now, post Clone Wars and all of these like shows that have come
obsessed
out,
with the technology making movies.
Post all that shit, people have actually got a new appreciation for the prequels, and it's
which is still, if you watch the movie, the dialogue, I feel like those movies would have been better if George Lucas didn't write those movies.
Dialogue. The original trilogy had shitty dialogue. I just
but
think
he had help writing those movies.
Yeah, I'll say this:
it's not as it's definitely not as bad as
the reason
sequel.
why Star Wars
prequels.
is not anymore. The reason why Star Wars grew to how big it was today, or how it was at its peak, was because of prequels, and people got to accept that. The original trilogy was great, and it did what it had to do. But the reason why Star Wars even became like at its peak in the 2000s was because of the prequels. Like, say what you want about the movies, the Star Wars became like the reason why Star Wars is what even sold.
Star Wars is pretty. If you think about it, it was pretty much dead. Like in the 90s, in the
it had the novels and stuff. But
yeah, there was nothing. There was no spin-off shows. There was no TV. It was literally just the novels and comic books of Star Wars. That was it. There was no movies. And you got to also think back then there was no streaming. If you wanted to see a movie, you had to go to Blockbuster or something. You had to rent it. Like people didn't just have these things. And on top of that, a lot of those movies you couldn't just go out and buy because they would do limited releases. Like you either had to rent it or if they re-released it, you had to buy it then.
You can't buy the original editions of the OT trilogy anymore. You only can buy the special editions. Like, so a lot of them shit, like if you have like the original trilogy on VHS, like before the special editions, you have like a product that's worth a lot of money, dog.
Lost media. But
where's that?
But yeah, episode 3 is in my top 10. I only got 2 more movies, y'all. This one,
I
number
already
2.
know which number 1 is.
Number 2. This is probably, man. If I had, I mean, it's number 2 for a reason. This is my second favorite movie of all time. I love this movie. I will never get tired of this movie. I've seen it a million times. I can watch it 1,000,001. The Matrix. The Matrix is one of my favorite movies of all time. That movie to this day is so fucking fire to me. The visual effects, the outfits, the costumes, the gunplay, the combat, everything about it is so fire to me. I've always loved this movie as a kid, but what really enhanced it for me even more, obviously I'm a gamer. I play games. The Matrix Path of Neo game, I played that game on PS2. It's essentially the movie in video game form. You get to play all the scenes from the movie plus some added ones. That heightened the experience for me 10 times more. Like those 2 things combined, watching the movie and playing the game, it's made that movie and really the whole franchise, but specifically the first movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. I love The Matrix.
Speaking of that,
I can't imagine.
Y'all trying to shit on Arnie.
Will Smith's supposed to play Neo at one point. I can't even imagine him in that role. Keanu Reeves is iconic. What are you gonna say, real quick?
I see. I'll be trying to hate on Narnia, talking about only the first movie get only the first is good, nigga. That's
Nah,
all what niggas talk about.
the second one Matrix is
Nah,
really
nah,
good.
nah.
I
Hell nah, 'cause
personally,
that
I
third
don't,
movie's
I don't,
ass.
I don't
After
hate
the
the second
first
one. The
movie,
second one is good to me. The third one was
fuck is
okay.
going on?
Second one got the best fight scenes.
It does.
Is that the one where he leaning
That's the one
from the
he's
bullets,
fighting
or that's the first
everybody in
movie?
that
No,
fucking the in that hotel or whatever. He's fighting all the weapons and shit. Yeah, that has the best fight scenes. And when the nigga Morpheus fighting
Also,
twins with the sword,
wasn't the Columbine dressed like the niggas from
that was before Matrix came
the
out.
Matrix?
Columbine was like 97.
Oh,
Matrix came out 99.
oh,
look at him trying to
oh.
throw in some controversy that don't exist. But yeah, The Matrix has some of the most iconic fight scenes, and like we were saying, like I said earlier about Kill Bill, it influenced a lot of action movies to come out after it. For example, again, John Wick. The guy that directed John Wick was a stunt director on The Matrix, and that's how he met Keanu Reeves. All this shit is influenced the whole generation of shit. So yeah, shout out to The Matrix. And then obviously my number one movie, my favorite movie of all time, Interstellar.
Really?
Look at him.
Interstellar's my favorite movie.
You know, he likes space rocks and shit.
For a few reasons, and I'll explain why. Just one, I've always had an interest in space. Most people know that about me. I love things, about space, learning about space, the science behind it, the real life science behind it. I love science fiction, but I love even more when, you get to explore the real science behind it. And Interstellar is literally a blend of those two things. It's real science mixed with science fiction. The movie was made with actual scientists and physicists working on the movie, and it comes through. I mean, not only that, the movie has a science element to it, but it also has a human element to it. It's literally a story about a father and his children. Great performances. Matthew McConaughey, in my opinion, this is one of his best performances of all time that he's ever given in a movie. Even the supporting actors and actresses in it, Jessica Chastain. It's just a beautiful movie. I'll never get tired of watching. I've seen it a million times. I watch it again a million and one. It has one of the best soundtracks. One of the best soundtracks in a movie ever. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it is one of the best soundtracks ever.
It ain't no Lion King, but I get what you're saying.
It has an icon. That theme song from Interstellar is iconic on its own. Even more so thanks to, of course, even more so thanks to like TikTok and shit. People use it. Just a beautiful movie.
I have a couple questions for you, one time.
Real quick, I just want to hold on. Let me wrap
their
up.
Portrayal.
Hold on, let me wrap up. I just want to say this: Christopher Nolan is my favorite director. Because of movies like Interstellar, The Dark Knight, Inception, now Oppenheimer. So Christopher Nolan is my favorite director. I just want to add that. And then if I had to pick a second favorite, it would definitely be Denis Villeneuve. He's the one that did Dune.
Who the fuck is that?
Blade Runner 2049.
Oh my god.
Prisoners, Sicario. In my opinion, those are the two best directors working right now. Like, I'm not talking about like the OGs like Scorsese and Spielberg. I'm talking about when it comes to current directors that are in like newer generation. They are the two best in my opinion. In my opinion, neither one of them have a bad movie. Both of them have a perfect resume so far when it comes to movies. Now, I'm not saying all their movies are like 10 out of 10, but they don't have a bad movie in their catalog. Not a single one. But yeah, that's my top 10. Red Peg, what are you gonna say?
So did you agree with their portrayal of like the black hole? Like, why was he turned to like spaghetti entering a black hole? Like, did you agree with
Well,
that?
that's the science fiction element.
How did you feel about that?
At the end of the day, it's still a movie.
No, because a lot of scientists didn't agree with that, man. A big,
But that was, I mean, again,
argument about that in the science community.
That's why it don't really make sense to me, because it's a science fiction movie. It's not 100% based in reality.
Funny, the whole point of the movie that made it special is he went to scientists and they didn't do anything too crazy allegedly to make it seem. You saw the interview about it. Well, Christopher Nolan couldn't do certain things. This scientist didn't agree to work with him if the movie wasn't accurate enough and all this other shit. So
the Christopher Nolan got specifically Kip Thorne. He's a physicist.
Yeah, him.
He worked on the movie with him. This is the thing about Interstellar. It's science fiction. It's not going to be 100% scientifically accurate, and that was never the intention to make it 100% scientifically accurate. The intention was we're making a science fiction story, but Christopher Nolan wanted the science parts that are applicable to real life to be as realistic as they can be. So, for example, the things like designing the black hole. Before Interstellar, there weren't that many good images of what a black hole actually looked like. He worked directly with people who know what black holes do and how they work to come up with the design of what it would realistically look like if it was right in front of your fucking face. The other things like the time dilation, when they talk about how we're near the black hole, so it's affecting time. If you're down there on the surface, 30 minutes for you is 3 days for me up here above. Like, all that's real. That's all based in real science.
Let me add something. Like, you like a fake portrayal of a black hole, but you don't like the fake portrayal and someone else's point of view of hell.
What?
Well, for one, you're wrong. It's not that I don't like it. It's that I don't care about it. It doesn't do anything for me. It's just an image. It's not that I don't like it. I don't feel anything about it.
Yeah, but you said that's
Also,
whack.
one time you
But that's I
Hey,
just
one
want
time. So your favorite part of the movie is Miller's Planet. That's what it's called with the water shit.
yeah.
That's probably my favorite part of that
He
movie.
does
That's
that in a lot of his movies, even with Ted.
That's the part.
Like,
That's
what
probably
makes him so
the most
good.
memorable part. Yeah, of that
you're
movie.
talking about with the waves and shit. Yeah, it's definitely a great
Miller's
part of the
Planet.
movie. I don't know if it's my
Yeah,
favorite.
that
My
shit was fire.
favorite might be
That's the movie.
I have two favorite scenes. The one obviously when he gets back to the ship and he sees all the
Yeah,
videos
the
from his
Miller's
daughter,
Planet. Yeah.
and he realized all that time that passed. And then the second I would say is when he actually goes back in time and he sees his daughter in the past and he's trying to leave her a message. I like that scene a lot. But yeah,
the end of Interstellar was confusing as hell to me. I'm sorry.
It's not confusing at all.
About it?
Bro, he like pushed the book or some shit and then give it to his daughter, and now
basically
he's back and his daughter on the bed dead. Shit, I don't remember.
No, so go ahead.
What he did, he helped. Well, yeah, I mean, from my rough, you've seen it more than I have, but I mean, basically, what he had done was he completed the mission. He was able to convey to her how to solve the equation by kicking the books off, right? Didn't he like spell it out for her to show her, like, hey, it worked? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then she basically realized that he had reached not a higher sense of being with sentience, but basically he
accessed the fourth dimension.
He had cracked our sense of reality, and it was now officially in time space.
And see,
everything was happening at the same time. It was
right.
Meaning she knew the calculations they did and where they went to and what they were thinking. It was correct.
This is the part about it, Repick. What I said earlier. There's real science, but there's still a science fiction element. The science fiction element of that movie is, and they explain it. The whole beginning of the movie, they're like a wormhole just randomly appeared. We don't know where it came from, how it got put there, why it got put there. They go through the wormhole, and when they come out, that's where they come out to the other end with Miller's Planet in the black hole.
Yeah.
Come to find out later on,
the planet for like 15 minutes. Huh?
They find out later on when he's like when he goes through the black hole, and he's in the like that between space, and he sees his daughter in the past. That's where he says it in the movie. The message was left by humans from the future. Pretty much in the future, humans have learned to access beyond the 3-dimensional plane. They have access to a fourth dimension where they can do things like essentially go back in time, leave messages for people in the past, things like that. That's the science fiction element. So that's what he did. He accessed that fourth dimension that was that he got to through the black hole. He left a message for his daughter to solve the equation. She figures it out. Then he wakes back up, or he gets sent back to the future when his daughter is old as hell and on her deathbed. He says goodbye, and then the end of the movie is him getting in his ship and leaving. where he's going is to Miller's Planet to be with I forgot her name in the movie, but Anne Hathaway's character. He's going to her planet to be with her because she's still on. And
What?
she's, if you remember at the end of the movie, she says that their original plan was to go to this other planet and essentially make colonies
build a
and
colony,
like
right?
repopulate.
Oh,
So that's where she's at, and at the end of the movie he goes to be with her. That's it.
See, my thing is, I got to see that movie again. My
yeah. 'Cause I
understanding
thought
of
Miller's
it when
Planet
I
was the one
watched
with
it-
the water.
No, it was, but
I
there was
think when
another
I-
planet.
But
It
it
was,
was the
if you remember, the
utopia
whole point of them
Oh.
even going was because remember the Earth was
Was looking
dying.
for
There
another
was
planet.
there
Yeah.
was droughts.
hmm
So they were like, "There's other planets. We sent scouts to go to these other planets, but they haven't, gotten back to us."
My thing was, I thought the other, and I could be just bad memory. I thought the other twist was that he was the future beacon. Like they went out and the beacon that the way that they got it was him sending it back, and it's kind of like that's what I thought it was saying, but I haven't seen it in forever. Kind of like a I'm my own grandpa. Remember in Predestination where she was chasing herself the whole movie because she started it.
Yeah.
She became the bomber because she went crazy and she started chasing herself. And in the future, she had, you know what I mean. So I thought it was one of those, but you're making me want to rewatch the movie.
That is my top 10. And that's actually all I had today for the topic show. We actually been here for 2 hours, so about a normal show length.
Yeah.
Every time we say we're gonna have a short show, we get 2.5.
We be getting in these discussions, man. Red Pay like to ask questions. I appreciate it. Ain't just him. I like to ask questions too. So it's just we talk, man. It's what it is, man.
Yeah.
But,
Someone said we didn't have any comedies. Honorable mention would be Tropic Thunder. There you go.
Pootie Tang was a comedy.
Oh yeah, Pootie Tang.
Yeah, I mean,
Comedy
I
for me?
grew up watching a
Ooh,
lot of different comedies. I just don't have that many in my top 10. But like
Napoleon Dynamite was a comedy.
Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite was my entry for top 10. But did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to add?
I
or
probably
talk
some
about?
Eddie Murphy movie. What the hell?
My list was the best list, and that was it.
Nah, I think I'm good.
You know what, Tarek? You
I'll
know
go
what, Tarek?
episode.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, Tarek.
I'm not mad at it. You should feel like
You have
your
a
list is
Marvel
the
movie
best
in your list, Tarek?
I think we all should feel like our list is the best list, even though only one
No,
of us
you-
had the best list.
No, your list is trash.
I think we should all feel it.
Nah,
Tarek, did you have a
What's on
Marvel
list,
movie
maybe?
on your list, Tarek?
Nope.
Oh,
I don't
wow. And you the Marvel guy. That's crazy.
I'm not the Marvel. That's Marzon. Marzon had a Marvel movie. He had two.
I am no longer a Marvel guy.
Wait,
I haven't been a Marvel guy since 2020. So
Wait,
Spider-Man.
what Marvel movies you had?
He had
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
That's cap.
My bad. I meant
It's
MCU.
not capital.
Bro,
No, MCU would have made
when
it.
I pulled up to you in your car, you was looking at Marvel news, and that was last year.
I look up
Texas.
all news. You just happen to see them all.
Damn.
Anyway,
You was only look at the Marvel news.
that's all I have for the show. I'm just going to end it by saying we are now in February. January is over. A lot of movies are coming out this month and next month, thank God. Just a quick overview of some things that'll be coming out. Tenet re-release in theaters. I'm going to go see that. Not a new movie, but it is a re-release. I'm checking that out. Argyle just came out this weekend. I'm going to go see that. Probably, I don't know, this weekend or next week. Bob Marley comes out on Valentine's Day.
Ugh, I don't know if I want to see that. I don't give a fuck about Bob Marley.
Hey,
I think I'm going to see that. Bro,
Max-
where?
Maxwell
Hold
Price.
on.
I forgot you're Jamaican.
I need to ask. I need to bring this up real quick. When they come to biopics, the point of the movie is to educate you about the person. You don't have to care about Bob Marley. It's to tell you about Bob Marley. You don't have to be a fan already.
I don't care about learning about Bob Marley, nigga.
You didn't
Yeah,
care
that's
about
very
learning
valid.
about Indians getting murdered for oil, and you still watch that movie. Just saying. Just saying.
That wasn't a biopic.
Listen.
I mean, it's based on a true story. But
If
anyway,
they got a biopic. That's like
also-
the Elvis movies. I don't give a fuck about Elvis. Why would I go see a biopic about Elvis?
So, you know, it's fucked up. That Elvis movie was actually good.
It wasn't
so I
good.
guess since I watched Elvis, I have to watch Bob Marley.
Fuck
Madam
Elvis.
Web on Valentine's Day.
It was.
Red Pig's excited for that. Madam Web.
I'm not going to see that. I never said that.
Let's see.
I'm watching a Sydney Sweeney.
I'm more excited. I'm excited to see Dune. I have to watch Dune tonight because I keep falling asleep on it every time I
Dune
watch it.
Part
I've
2
never
comes out March
not fallen
1st.
asleep on Dune.
Kung
Dune
Fu
1 is kind of
Panda
boring. I'm out
March
there trying
8th.
to,
Imaginary, that movie with Ryan Gosling, directed by John Krasinski.
That shit look.
King,
I'm not watching that shit.
Godzilla X Kong. Godzilla X Kong. Are we going to see that, right? We all going to see that, right?
Yeah,
I'm not saying that, but you guys enjoy.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see
What's
that.
wrong with you, Anton?
Ghostbusters,
Hey,
March 22nd.
Bro, one time
Hey,
you gotta go
next-
see that movie.
y'all still got streaming services, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Next
Come on.
episode, I want us to have. Well, some people don't pay for them unless it's something they want to see. Next episode, I want us to do a top, not even a top list again, but I need us to have a conversation about the streaming services movies. Because I don't know, have we talked about the Kevin Hart Lift movie, bro?
No.
Nope. Her was trash.
Nah, it was.
So I
That
guess
shit
we
was
gotta watch some.
fucking abysmal.
So our mission is to watch some of these movies.
I mean,
these
I feel like
recent
that'd be.
Netflix
I
movies.
feel like a good episode would just be like, because when COVID happened, all of us ran to the streaming services for the movies, and now I kind of want to see where they lie now, because I feel like Netflix is kicking it up.
Not with their movies.
Netflix.
Their movies are
I don't
still
know.
ass.
Ain't some of Netflix
You might
I've
cut
seen
out.
like
stuff?
3
Or that's they shows. I say ain't a lot of Netflix shit starting to get nominated.
They only have a couple of things nominated for awards as far as movies go, like 3 movies total. Um,
I don't know.
most
I
of
don't wanna hold
their
us up.
most of their TV shows is what people are fucking with. Their movies are not that good, bro. They really are not.
Because
This is
I
what
see
I've been
Apple,
saying to BG.
Apple TV cleaning house.
I'm not saying all their movies are
Shout out
bad,
Apple
but
TV.
you gotta realize Netflix puts out like a shit ton of movies every year, and literally only maybe like 5 of them at the most end up being good.
The issue with Netflix
Yeah.
movies is that I don't know how I miss them. Like I
They just be
saw a
churning
new
them out.
movie. Well, see, I saw a movie called. It must be in different regions of Netflix because I watched Paradise and that was a Netflix film that came out last year. I'm like, I've never seen this. Or The Kitchen that came out last year. That was Daniel Kaluuya's movie he directed. I've never seen that on the list.
The Kitchen.
Yeah, that was a movie that Daniel Kaluuya directed.
I never watched. I never seen that.
Right, and
I
all these
watched
movies
that.
came out last year in 2022. I've never
When
seen
you
them.
when you said that, Alex, I thought of The Menu.
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck?
nah.
Every time
Yeah,
you kept
that's
mentioning that movie, I kept thinking about The Menu.
that's all I had, man.
I'll
Y'all
have
want
to
to go
watch
ahead with your outros?
Yeah, sure.
Red
Hey,
Pill, go ahead
man,
first.
I hit the gym. I kind of passed out after, it was leg day. I'm finally recovering from my soreness, bulking up, getting sexy for the men and ladies. Yeah.
Well, you don't gotta get
know,
sexy for
so-
me, baby.
Oh, I'm already
Facts.
sexy to you. I'm
Just the
already
way
sexy
you
to
are.
you.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, honey. It's like a little love triangle we got going on here. I like it.
Facts. What the
I
fuck?
like
I'm jealous.
Tyrek, what's going on with your
Mhm.
outro, man?
Now, man, I'm fucking tired, dog. I worked like 8 days straight. I'm going to sleep.
Ooh, shit.
Shout out to your
Are you
bed.
off this weekend,
No,
right?
I'm not. I got work tomorrow. I work till Wednesday, dog. I got like another fucking 4 days left.
Hey, tell your girl to
What?
pull
Why
up
would you do that to
tomorrow.
yourself?
That's
Tell
not
your girl to
my
pull up
choice,
tomorrow.
dog. This is my
Just
schedule
cuddle.
this week. Huh?
Oh
Tell your
no.
girl to pull up tomorrow to your crib and just cuddle, bro. Just cuddle for a little bit.
Man, I don't want to see nobody. I want to see fucking my bed, dog.
In my beat.
Damn. I feel sorry for you, man.
Alex, man, how you going? How you feeling, brother?
That sucks.
I feel good, man. I'm happy to be back in the saddle with the movie guys. I hate that John Donuts couldn't join us this episode, but
The next time we get John Donuts, he will be giving his favorite movies. Just so you
Bro,
guys
I think for
well, I'm not gonna be able to be
bro,
here.
we be
He'll
doing.
coming
It's
tonight.
like, bro, it's like 5 a.m. by him, so he probably sleep. We got to do the episode.
He was just in
earlier
the
for him to
comment
join.
section.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, like,
He probably just
an
woke
hour
up.
ago.
It's
Yeah.
still,
Damn,
I mean,
John
a
go to
2-hour
sleep-
show is
John
that
go to
late
sleep
for
starting
him. I
wrestling tonight?
understand he's not obligated. That's why when we do like Saturday afternoon shows, I think it's better for him. But
Yeah, he joined.
I tried, bro. I tried.
He
It's
said,
that
"How y'all
app.
feel
I
about
just
Boys Afraid, y'all?"
can't, bro.
Somebody in the comments said how we feel about Boys Afraid.
I talked about Bo's Afraid on my when we did our
We gotta
favorites from last year. It was in my honorable mentions. It's a good movie.
That
Really
was
good movie.
we have a whole we have a whole episode actually about that. If you want to,
Yeah, we do. We gave our Beau is Afraid review back when it came
Hey,
out.
hold on! Look at us having a catalog. Look at us having a backlog catalog. What we on right now?
Yeah, you see it. We got us a little sequel.
What Kanye
like a little
say? You like
prequel.
the old shit? Go listen to the old shit. Chill.
We got it. But that's it for us, man. Next show will probably be, I don't know, either next week or the week after. Y'all know how we get down. But we're gonna be seeing more movies this month. That's the main thing. We'll be seeing some movies. We'll come back with some reviews, more topics. I'm gonna try to get some new guests this year. You know, it's a new year, man. I'm trying to get some new guests this year.
We should try to get some. Yeah,
we're gonna try to figure that out. Maybe even some returning guests, the fan favorites. And
we gotta get
maybe even some big names. You know, when I say big name, I really just mean for y'all. For me, he just a regular nigga. But you know, what I mean by that is a guy like BG, Broken Games HDR. He's just a regular nigga. But to y'all, that's a big name. He might come through. You know, he's surprisingly,
the fuck?
Even with his Netflix taste, BG is a fan of Dune, a fellow Dune lover. I was shocked and surprised. I know. I was shocked just as much as you guys.
I'm shocked.
I
thought the movie was boring.
BG will be seeing Dune 2, and I have asked him to be a guest for that review episode. So we'll see if we can make that happen.
We should try to get a director on an episode. We need
to I'm gonna send an email to Martin Scorsese's assistant, and we'll try to get that lined up.
Let me say this real quick.
We too fucked up for that one. Yeah.
He's my niggas.
The life and time, the life and times of the movie guys. I will be attending a film festival next week on February 8th. There is a local horror thriller movie festival happening next week in my city. And actually, I remember E-Rock or somebody or Kiso or somebody mentioned like, "Hey, how y'all movie guys? Y'all don't go to film festivals?" Well, right back at you, bitch. Finally got one in my city, so it was only $5. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna go see it, and y'all know I love horror movie, man. So I'm gonna hopefully come back with some
That's all it is. Horror movies like the easiest entry into making a movie, nigga. Just like it's
not even. It's hard to do that because there's big budget horror movies that ain't scary. But what I'm gonna try to do, this is my creed. I'm gonna try to speak to one of them directors and get them on the podcast, bro. I'm gonna try.
Okay, that's
gonna be my goal. That's gonna be my goal.
Yes, sir. Well, that's where we at. We'll catch y'all next time. Appreciate everybody in the chat rocking with us. Everybody supporting. Make sure that you like the video, share the podcast, check us out. This will be on Spotify and Apple tomorrow. So if you guys want to listen to it, like if you didn't get to catch the full show, you can check it out. Spotify and Apple. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. And we will see y'all next time. Peace out.
Chrono Clicker, Sour Extreme.
Yeah.
The fuck?